30 seconds ago.
No, I had to make my coffee. I know you will understand. It's so nice to be back. Good morning from Arizona.
Hi, Pink and Ink.
I saw it was 38 degrees there the other night at 10 p.m. And I said to Jeff, I'm counting my blessings. I'm not dying in the desert right now. But, you know, we love to come visit you in the winter when we're knee deep in snow. It's so nice to see you again. Hello, everybody. Hello, Liz in England. You guys, we have had an amazing time away, and we are here. We're going to do a great recap for you today. Yeah, we have many stories.
There aren't earthquakes.
My production crew is new. Jody's the best. She is the best.
Normally, it's not that much adjusting, but it was in Tracy's suitcase.
Oh, yeah. I get the text the day before we're leaving. Pack the microphone, pack the tripod. We're going to do a live podcast.
Oh, my nose is already running.
Which sounds amazing, and I would love to.
I did go ahead and buy us. It's a little receiver that's here, and you wear a tiny little microphone.
Perfect. I mean, I
just
want
don't
to.
know if it works.
No, here's the thing. It would be awesome to do that. Like, it was just so crazy busy.
Yeah.
In the best way. Like, we were always so busy, and all of a sudden it's bedtime, and we're like, where did the day go?
Do you know, I didn't even think of it. Like, I didn't even think, oh, are we going to do it? Like, it was like gone from my mind.
Oh, you should have seen me. I'm packing this crap going, we're never going to be.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
Oh, no. We're doing it.
We're doing it. One of these days, the whole time we were away, we kept thinking, I should have packed this. I should have packed that. I forgot the thing. And one day, you guys, we're going to get it together.
I packed
That's
my
a goal.
bathing suit for Alaska and then 35 sweaters for 27-degree weather.
Yeah, who knew? It's wishful thinking. Listen, I packed a sweater a day and then some, like more than that. There was more than one day I decided, screw it, I'm wearing my sweater and I'm just going to sweat myself all day long. But so what? So what? Fran.
Did you unpack? Look at
Just Jodi, a little bit Monday, a little bit Tuesday, 100% finished yesterday.
There's always a little thing here and there, right?
My Maine, the second suitcase. So when we were traveling to our trip, we each had one extra bag that had all things for our cruisers, and that was really fun. So coming home, those are empty. So, you know, there's no limits on what we can actually bring home. So that one that I opened yesterday, it was like yarn explosion.
In the best way.
In the best way.
You need to give me Jackie's stuff.
I got it for you.
Okay, good.
I got a pile of things for you today.
So,
I don't know, Jackie, wasn't that a gift? Didn't she just give that to us?
wait a minute. So
I've already cast some things on.
Survivor started.
I know.
I already love the season.
Well, if I'm honest, the guy I kind of wanted to stay went home already.
Wasn't he interesting?
Yes. I feel like he would have been a good schemer.
Yeah.
Manipulator, good TV. So bummed that he went home right away. So yes, I'm thrilled Survivor's back, but also
What show are you looking forward to returning?
Traders, always.
Yes.
What about you? I love Amazing Race and Traders and things like that.
Is there no...
We watch lots on Apple TV Plus too. There's a really good one coming up with Cate Blanchett. It looks kind of spooky, thrillery. We love the Vince Vaughn one, Bad Monkey.
I was just going to say, what do you think of Bad Monkey?
Yeah,
it's
we liked
in my
it.
queue.
No, we liked it a lot.
I would watch him paint a wall.
Oh no, then you're gonna love it.
He's
He's
so
excellent
funny.
in it. The
Okay,
cast
good.
is great.
Good.
What else? No, we loved it. And there's only one episode left. We caught up. The finale's already coming up, so you can binge the whole thing right away.
Okay. Are you watching Dancing with the Stars?
No.
Fall? You guys, fall? We have to pencil our days because so much is happening right now with TV.
Tell me about it, because I'm sure I'm missing everything.
Well, but don't you remember, like, fall? It's
Yeah,
like, oh
fall's
my
the
God,
best.
our shows are back.
Fall's-
Our cliffhangers that left us in the spring are now returning.
Well, I might not be watching the right shows then.
Yeah.
What cliffhangers are you waiting for?
No, it's just general.
Listen, I always love fall. I feel like summer used to be a wasteland. Now they've got things that just come out in the summer. So that's pretty good. But no, I'm thrilled. I can't wait. I have to say, Amazing Race Canada. If the guys in the States haven't watched Amazing Race Canada, and I bet they haven't, you should. It was so good. And our friend Lolly is actually, I shouldn't spoil it for everybody. Anyway, there was a sort of a connection that as we were watching this season, I was rooting for a team.
I don't remember the connection.
Well, then I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But anyway, it was super fun. And actually, the finale was here in Edmonton. So as fans, I was like, who knew?
You know what? With Yeg Wave and stuff, those Instagram accounts that we follow that kind of just keep you in the know of things going, I'm surprised we never heard that Amazing Race was spotted in the city.
I think they must just come in and out really quickly.
Yeah.
I love Amazing Race Canada. And I especially love the season this summer. So that's one of the summer shows that I really look forward to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about all the reality good smut that's coming out? What are you excited about?
Real Housewives, always.
All of them?
No, they're always staggered.
It's cold out.
It's chilly. An umbrella fell over. No, it's good. It's okay. We're dressed for it. We know how. We were just in 27-degree weather, begging to wear sweaters.
I'm not complaining.
We're fucking doing it.
We were debating this morning. Can we squeeze in one more outdoor podcast? Oh, I don't know. We're doing it. So who knows? We may be, under an umbrella, but we're finishing our damn stories today.
It is. Oh my God, our umbrella's so funny.
Anyway.
No, it's good. And you know what? The good thing about it is, though, it rained so much last night, we were not expect to have lawn service.
Oh, well, there you go. Actually, how about this? Last night at 10:30 p.m., I get a little notification on my phone. Extreme thunderstorm warning for Edmonton with hail in the west end of the city, which is us.
Oh.
So I'm in my nightie, in the garden, in the dark, pulling all my green tomatoes, because I had a bunch of big green tomatoes on my plant, which I was going to pull on the weekend anyway.
Yeah.
So I've got this giant bowl of tomatoes that I had to pull in the dark last night.
What were you doing?
What was I doing?
What were you doing with the tomatoes now that they're off the bush?
So now I'm going to ripen them. So now that they're green, you ripen them inside. And then I might even just make tomato sauce and freeze it. I don't know. I'll eat a bunch fresh. They were so good.
Good news. Chipotle is open in Edmonton.
Oh my God,
Better
I
news.
haven't even been yet.
I had queso, guac, and pico last night at 9:30 at night.
Did you?
Yes,
Skip?
I did. DoorDash.
As long as it can come to my door.
They may be on Skip too. It took forever.
That's the worst. I actually have. I'm not going to complain about it, but honestly, I feel like every time I order DoorDash, it comes really cold.
Well, and I said I wasn't hungry, but I happened to eat a half a thing of queso.
Yeah. Anyway.
A little bit of queso, a little bit of guac, and some pico, all on one chip. Chipotle has good chips. They're thin.
Yeah.
They're really good.
They do.
Okay.
I know the Americans are like, what is wrong with them? No, we're very easy to please.
Mm-hmm. It's really fun because I see a lot of our cruisers
I
that
see
were
you
just
guys.
with us. We're not going to be able to say hello to everybody,
No.
but we had such an amazing group last week, you guys. And we're going to give you a little recap because...
We should probably just get into it because that's what we have to talk about.
It was...
Unless you have something else.
Just... Let me check my notes. No, I don't think so.
Here's my notes. It's like hot pink Sharpie and a few things jotted down. But my brain is full of the stuff. I'm hoping it remembers everything.
We all know and love Gregory Stitch.
Yes.
He is a crochet wear designer out of Atlanta.
Such a fashion. When I think of him, I think of fashion.
Fashion
handmade,
forward.
Really unique, really special.
Yeah. So this is not his first one, but if you're in the Atlanta area, never mind. This weekend, the 28th, which is what, this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, so this weekend, he's doing his crochet fashion show. So if you're in the area, you can get tickets.
That's awesome.
To go to this. He had put out a call, and I believe there's 6 or 8 makers that had to do a collection to present on the runway.
They've been working on this for a long time.
For a long time. So, but there's also why I'm bringing it up. If you're not in the Atlanta area, there's streaming tickets. Oh! So for $25, you can get
what a great
link.
way to support.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, because we love supporting.
Because I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, those people that are local are so lucky. But now
Yeah.
We can all be lucky.
It's called the Stitch. Oh, these are the Stitch Factor. It's called the Stitch Factor competition. It is
Contest.
the 29th.
It's a competition?
Yes. You had to apply. You could have been knit or crochet designer, and you had to do, I believe, a collection to present on the runway.
I can't wait.
And there is a winner. So you guys.
And that's Saturday?
Yes.
StitchFactorCompetition.com.
So go there. You'll find all the details. I bought my streaming ticket yesterday. So if you're in the Atlanta area, you might want to show up on the 29th and
That would
see
be
it
amazing.
in person.
If we were there, we would be totally in the front row, hopefully. Or
So-
any row.
This is Gregory. We've
Yes.
actually never met Gregory in person. I wonder if we're going to see him.
I don't know. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, I also sent this to Vincent because they haven't
Good.
connected. And
They
they're both in
haven't?
Atlanta, and they're both crochet wear designers.
And they're
Anyway,
both crazy busy.
Yeah.
But yes, how great.
right. Anyway, I was excited to be able to share that with you guys. It was
Jodi, yes.
perfect timing. It's happening this weekend, and it's virtual or in person, so that's really fun.
I didn't get the text.
Just come
So I'm just finding out about it too.
Right.
But listen, better early than never. Not late. We don't
Right.
want to be late. I'm
Right.
totally going to get that.
Yeah. Good
Thank you.
morning. Okay, so that's it. Should we talk a little bit about the cruise?
A lot. I have a lot to say. It was an amazing week. It went by in a blink, which
Yeah.
seems wild, but it was so wonderful. You know, we've been anticipating this trip to the East Coast of Canada and the United States. This is a dream trip for us. Personally, we've always wanted to go out that way. We've never made the effort to go. It's pretty far from here. But so we were like on pins and needles. We were so excited to meet everybody and to see all the ports we were going to stop in.
So it says, not that it's, but it's interesting to talk when you talk about how far across the country we went. If we were to go all the way down to Cancun, like the tip of the peninsula there, it's the same amount of hours flying when you think about it.
You mean just to go to Quebec City?
Right, to go
But we went way past
further.
that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was interesting. Geographically, we were really far.
Yeah.
I also, we had talked
Canada's
about
huge.
This was a destination that we were so looking forward to because we haven't explored very much.
Yeah.
And it did not disappoint.
It did not. It really was a dream trip, like I said. And every stop was like breathtakingly beautiful with the most wonderful people and beautiful things to see and do. And it really did totally live up to all the expectations. The only downside, if there is a downside, is that you're just there for a blink. You're there for a day. It's like a little appetizer taster of something. But we felt so at home everywhere. And we kept saying, we have to just come back and spend time.
Yeah.
Because it's so different than home. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Rich
there's
in history.
So much to see and do in
Yeah.
all ways.
Yes.
So of course we went with a crafty group, a bunch of knitters and crocheters and makers. And that was a whole trip in itself. Like we kept ourselves busy looking at those kind of things. But you're right, there was so much history. There's a million things we missed, but I'm already thinking I'd love to go back like soon.
The good thing and the bad thing about cruising is that the good thing, you see lots of ports. The bad thing, you see lots of ports, which means you're not spending a lot of time in these ports.
Right.
It's certainly not a complaint,
No.
but it's just, you get a little glimpse. It makes you want to come back, but
I'm really glad though. I'm really glad we got to see all those stops.
yes.
Um,
The first few days, you're relishing in, meeting everybody, and it's so much fun, and you're together, and it doesn't go as fast. But God, you get midweek, and it's like downhill fast. It's gone,
Yeah.
gone in.
we met everybody Friday. We all checked into the ship. The Pam and Andrea and the travel company we have a big meeting room where everybody gets their packages and their swag bags, and we get to say hello for the first time. And then the next thing you know, it's Tuesday. Right? It was
Yes.
like we just got on the ship. Now we've had all these fun things. And holy crow, we're like halfway done. It's true. When you're having fun, time flies like crazy fast.
So, an incredible group of
Yes.
women joined us, and
Yes.
some spouses or
Yes.
companions, which was incredible.
Plus ones.
But the women were just over the top incredible. Every single one, it was a joy to meet and get to know.
100% agree.
Yeah.
I have so many memories, and we had great conversations and fun little, doing a little bit of a taxi yarn crawl in Halifax and dinners with people. And I just found people so fascinating, and I loved getting to know about them and the before story, right? Like how did you start knitting, and what do you do in your real job and your real life? And let me tell you, people are just fascinating. And there were people that signed up for the trip as a single and chose to share a room
Yeah.
with someone they'd never met. And already on day one, they're like, we just love each other.
I know.
We love each other, and we had the best time. There were so many people that came as a single, and they all said on the first check-in day, I was a little bit nervous, and I'm here by myself. And I was like, you're totally not by yourself. We are all a big group. If you see anybody around the ship, please come sit down, and we're all, welcoming everybody. And at the end of that, they're like, I would do it again tomorrow. I did not feel alone for a single minute. But it's a big thing to travel by yourself.
It is. And if there's
This
any
is
advice,
insane.
yeah, this is funny. If there's any advice we could give to people, is on these making retreats, there are always several people that come on their own because they don't have knitting companions
Yeah.
or besties that can come, or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be.
Sure.
But we always find there are connections made and taken away, and friendships continued. Like our WhatsApp group, you guys, is still blowing up from just daily conversations because people are actual friends.
Yeah.
We don't say this lightly when we say we leave having 50 new friends.
sure.
We truly feel that way. And
Yeah.
we know that everybody else involved feels that way.
Yeah, it's a very warm, fuzzy thing. It was incredible. The ship had this beautiful high up lounge that they would rope off special spaces for us, so we would be able to gather as a group. And at the end of the day, we've had dinner, and it's like, I'll meet you upstairs in the crow's nest, and we're all, knitting till whenever. There was just so much of everything, right? And everybody had plans in the ports. Some are doing it as groups, and then some of them are, you'll meet everybody. Most of the places were, Quebec City was bigger and Halifax were bigger, but lots of the places were smaller. So you're bumping into people as you're going through your day in the ports.
Well, we're going to yarn stores. It's
Oh,
like-
yeah. Oops. How did I know I'd find you here? Let's talk about our itinerary, where we went. Let's do it that way. Do you think that's a good way to do it?
Sure.
So we started our trip in Quebec City. We met everybody on Saturday. We said Friday, but we really just met on Saturday. But we didn't leave Quebec City till late Sunday. So that was our first port. And so when we checked in on the ship, drop your luggage, you can still go out and enjoy the city. And one of the things that we were so excited about doing was going to see Coeur de Mai, the yarn shop. And we had been, Lydia reached out months ago and said, I hear you're coming to Quebec City. Please let me know if I can help or anything like that.
Wasn't it Anne-Marie that reached out to her and said, I heard that they're coming?
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Because I just remember the email from Lydia.
It was Anne-Marie who we met, but then had said to Lydia, you might want to contact them because they're
Okay.
coming to Quebec.
Yes, thank goodness we got the email.
I forgot about Quebec City already.
Oh, it was so
good.
special and so beautiful. So anyway, it was phenomenal. I'm sure there are so many yarn shops in Quebec City, but like I said, the time flies, and we wanted to see the touristy history part too. But we were welcomed so warmly at Coeur de Mai, and Lydia and the group was so amazing. I want to show you. There was even a special pattern designed in anticipation of our group coming to town, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
Andrienne is a local designer. You can follow her. She's Knitting Cairo on Instagram. And she designed this gorgeous colorwork cowl in beautiful yarns by Julie Aslin, who is also an amazing Quebec yarn dyer that we all knew about. I wonder if I should just grab the yarn. It's right here, too. So
Yeah, show it.
yeah. So we hopped over to Coeur d'Alene and got to meet everybody and visit. This cowl is called, I have the worst. It's, oh my gosh, you guys, that's the worst. I bought the pattern. I'm going to show you the pattern from my Ravelry account.
Let me see this yarn. So we think Julie Aslin
This yarn
is incredible.
Yes.
We'll talk about, we even had it in our swag bag. We think her bases are just so beautiful. But this is a DK base that this cowl was knit with.
Cytoplasm cowl. I knew it started with a C.
It is 75% merino and 25% yak.
It's so dreamy. Oops, what the heck? It is so squishy and soft. Oh, why did it do that? Anyway.
That's interesting. It keeps flipping off.
So great. There we go. Cytoplasm cowl. You can find it on Ravelry. I have my copy. I have my yarn. And we got to meet Andrienne in the shop. And that was
This is going to be
so fun
to play with colors, play with your main colors. This has starting with A and the color work, and then introducing B. But it would be really fun. Several colors.
Oh, it can totally be scrappy. You could see, I couldn't decide on 2 colors. I had to get 3. I don't know how it's going to end up working up, but Andrienne said it uses like every bit of your yarn. So I love a project also that you're done, right?
If you swatch, I believe I remember her saying you're going to need your swatch yarn.
There's always that thing. If you're off gauge, it's no guarantees. But if you're on the same gauge as the designer, you're going to use up most of your yarn.
Yeah.
Which is great. And scary if you
I
don't
also
swatch.
noticed it's a folded, so don't fold it. Like just
Right.
have,
if you're worried about yarn
if you're
amounts.
worried, just have, instead of, because you're using double the amount of yarn then. And you don't see it.
Or you could do a shallower fold
Yeah.
or a little bit of ribbing, or it's your knitting,
Cast
right?
on with the third color. It'd be fun anyway.
Wouldn't that be cute?
Yeah.
I love, or even just do the inside folded part in a third color. Yeah. Yeah. Very
Okay, Quebec, you guys, did not disappoint.
Quebec City.
The area in which we explored, we did the hop on hop off bus, which I always think is a fabulous idea if there's one in an area where you've never been. So we were able to see like little scenic or some points of interest that maybe we wouldn't go to, but click click, we saw it on the bus, right?
And you can get off. It stops at all these different places. So if you're like, oh, I've always wanted to see this, I'm going to get off. It's a great way to cover a large amount of space in a short amount of time.
And
which is what we had.
We were talking so much, we were kind of asked to get off the bus. No, we were asked to be quiet. Who's asked to be quiet on a tour bus?
I don't know.
And it worked out for the better because the second tour bus had room on the upstairs second outdoor level.
Yes, she was all shushing, but
the driver told us to be quiet.
I'll be honest, I preferred the second bus because there was like nobody on it, and we got to sit up on the open air top.
It all happened for a reason.
It was whatever. Anyway, apparently I didn't think we were that loud.
Anyway,
I did not think.
Yeah.
I did not know it was a quiet bus. Anyway.
So
I forgot about that.
So Quebec came and went super fast.
It did.
We had poutine.
Of course.
Yeah.
I did not know, or maybe I forgot, that cheese curds are squeaky. Like the cheese in a poutine.
Are they all like that?
I think that's because I said to someone at the yarn shop, I said, oh, it was so like squeaky. And she said, yeah, that's what it's like. So I think that was, listen, if you're going to have poutine, go to Quebec. That's the real deal, right?
It was delicious.
It's
not our first.
Fabulous.
We've had, poutine all the time, but it's kind of like the home of poutine. Anyway, it was good.
It was delicious, but amazing, beautiful view, so much history, very old world European looking city. Like just gorgeous on the water. And so we started cruising up the St. Lawrence River. That's where our trip began. So we left Quebec City and we were at sea. One of the first things we did with our amazing group is we gathered in the Rolling Stone Lounge, which there's like music shows and stuff there at night, but it was actually one of our classroom venues. But also we did like a get to know the teachers panel, a Q&A thing. Everybody gathered. Everybody got to hear some
I'm going to find you a photo.
some stories from the designers. They all introduced themselves, and we got to ask them anything and hear all kinds of things about their inspirations. And literally we got to ask anything, which was really, really fun. And they were great sports. And I actually had feedback from one of our...
Us on the bus.
There's the bus!
And Gigi behind us.
Listen, I would go on that bus every day. I love that kind of stuff. We had some great feedback from an attendee that said she loved the Q&A at the beginning of the trip, where you kind of get to know the instructor, because there's very few times we're all together, all the teachers, all the group, as one big group.
Yeah.
Like at dinner, you're kind of separated, and in classes, you're separated. So this was super, super fun, and everybody loved it, me included.
I'll show you some photos. It'll be fun to show you photos
Jodi
as we
will
go
be our
along.
documenter. The ship was not terribly huge, which was so great. You know, it really felt... I got turned around all the time, but as far as like...
But still,
geographically, it wasn't a giant thing to walk through all the time.
if Vincent wasn't with us 90% of the time,
He's got to go home and go.
Thank God I got rid of
What
this
is? They
old
would
ladies.
never have survived without me, and he's not wrong. And our teachers, you know, if you didn't know, our teachers on the trip were Mary Jane Mucklestone, Laura Lee Beltman, and Vincent Williams. It was a dream come true, literally.
Dream team.
Absolutely, literally, to be able to get to know them and to learn from them. And everybody loved.
Yeah, we
Loved.
knew they would, because
Yes.
obviously we hand select these teachers with a lot of thought.
And fingers crossed. Like, we're just so grateful that
Yeah.
they're like, sure, I'll leave home for a week and come on a ship with a bunch of people I don't know. Like, it's a big deal. And we're just eternally grateful.
This is Lorelei's classroom.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show you what we learned.
Wait, and Gigi just said Laura Lee's a boss at pickleball. Yes, Laura Lee is also a pickleball instructor. So, you know, we're all learning these cool things in her knitting class, and a bunch of them are learning and playing pickleball.
I know.
You guys, it was so much fun. Such a fun time.
Okay, so
So then the next day was our first class, which was for us, Laura Lee's. Did you bring your thing?
no.
I did. Jodi, I have show and tell.
Okay, good. Did you finish?
Yes. Laura Lee's class that she chose for our group was Colors That Climb, Cables and Baubles.
Yeah.
And it's super, super impressive. What? So the pattern, every class we left with a pattern and a fun project. So this one, I chose to do, you could either do a little phone case, or this is a cuff, like a cuff. So we've got enough. You brought a Maine color, and Laura Lee brought all these bobbins of multi-colors.
You have to be careful how much you're shaking the table.
I have to?
It looks like an earthquake.
Okay. I'll remember that. I never do remember that. So here's all our little Maine color or contrast colors we were working, and I brought this Barrett Wool Company in worsted weight, and it was just the most fun class. It looks really, I think it's really show-stopping, and Laura Lee just made it so easy for all of us. So I would love to put this in mittens or a sweater or
It's
a
fun.
hat.
Great technique.
And she had tons of patterns to inspire us all. For now, I'm just putting it on this little glass, and I'm going to put, I don't know, pens or something in it. It's just a cute little memento from the trip. That was amazing. The classes are always such a highlight for me and everybody else. Did you finish yours?
No.
Yeah.
I was
Close.
just seeing if I could find a
Close.
photo of it. Yes, no, I finished almost one. Not
Yeah.
quite bound off, but I'm close. I might
So-
have a few more rounds.
So yeah, I definitely have enough yarn. I can make a pair of cuffs here.
And if I'm honest, I probably won't do two. But what I take away from that class was just the experience with Lorelei.
Yeah,
Lorelei.
Lorelei.
I was calling her Lorelei from Gilmore Girls. With just spending time with her and her class, listening to her teach. I love a classroom setting, and just get inspired by what she's teaching.
I agree.
And where I can plug it in.
And it's just a technique that is not difficult, and she really made it
You guys.
so accessible for us.
Yes.
And I hope, by the end of this, after we've sort of like given you guys our little recap, that if you ever see or have the opportunity to take classes with these teachers, just know you are going to love it. It doesn't even matter what they're teaching you. You are going to love it. They're all just such talented, inspirational, amazing
I agree.
people.
Should we talk about what was in Vincent's class?
Yeah.
So Vincent, our resident crochet extraordinaire.
Weren't you excited to have a crochet class?
Yes.
As
I'm
someone
so
that's
glad.
like such a listen, I could not be more a beginner as far as crochet goes. I learned so much.
Yeah.
But even you've got more experience.
I've never done mosaic.
You guys,
stuff
crochet
like this.
charts.
I love a crochet chart.
I've never used a crochet chart.
It's so easy. Otherwise, it's so, look how long.
Right, too many words, right?
So this is a pattern that he designed specifically for our cruise. I was doing my samples in a heavier yarn, which would make then your shawl much heavier. I mean, I would do it with finer yarn.
It was a great idea with us for the swatch. So the pattern's in fingering weight, so I took fingering weight to the class, and it was totally great. But I feel like, just like when you're learning anything, heavier yarn's a little bit simpler to see where you put your hook and what the structure of the stitch is. So I think that's a good tip. Like DK is a good thing for when you're a beginner, and when you're not, then you can kind of go. But listen, I loved every minute of that.
Vincent's also teaching at Vogue Knitting Live.
Yeah.
So if you're interested and you're going to be there, please take a class.
We both said, you should come teach at Knit City.
Yes, we did. I sent him the link.
Good.
I don't know if he'll apply for Montreal, but I sent him the link.
He's going all over teaching. He's so busy, and he's a knit star. Like, you can learn from him at home if you're never going to be at one of these things.
Let me tell you this. So, two of the ladies that were joining us had said because our panel was first in the week, everyone got to meet and spend time with and hear about our three teachers. And so when we sat down when we ended up sitting down in Vince's class, it was the last class we took, these two ladies had said to me, I was going to skip the crochet. I'm not interested in crochet. I just thought we would take the extra morning and just do whatever we want on the boat. They said, we love him so much. He is so charming. There is no way we were going to miss it.
I love that attitude. I love it because
Right?
I feel like you never ever. Classes are very like, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what you're going to learn. You never know who you're going to meet. And I have never ever come away from a class not totally interested in what was happening, being inspired by someone new, and then wanting to go home and look up a whole bunch of their patterns. I'm not kidding you. Vincent had so many amazing photos and designs, and his setup was, he was right there showing us how to do everything. And for me as a newbie, I was like, I'm very visual. I love the whole
He
setup.
had a little
couldn't have been better.
camera that was projected, that was HDMI to the TV, so he could do it with his hands, and you could see.
And a whole band set up behind him.
It was so. I
We
wish.
should have been back there going, bump.
I hope for him all the things he deserves, because he is an incredible person, and what he teaches and how he teaches is beautiful.
Oh, he's just so good.
Okay.
This is the name of the pattern, Luminous. It is a gorgeous
Did he publish
square.
it?
Not yet, and I don't know what the plans are.
We will let you know when it is published.
But it is a 2-color crocheted square shawl. You should have seen the sample. It was gorgeous. His was a very, very dark charcoal gray with a brighter, kind of variegated, speckly color.
This little.
And it was really showy. So you could get one skein of a really wild color and one skein of something to sort of frame it in the way that you like, whatever color that is. And as a newer crocheter, I know I can do this.
Yeah.
It was very impressive and yet
and doubles.
Simple.
Yes.
And he showed us how to carry your yarn. This is mosaic crochet color work, right? Because you're going down below, like
with a different color.
What did he call it? Shoot, am I failing already?
No, I think it is mosaic because you're using a second color. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Square shawl design that pulls blah blah blah. He's so artistic.
He's so well spoken.
So can I read this really
Yes.
quickly? Luminesce shawl, a square shawl design that pulls inspiration from bioluminescence in fish and fireflies, the phenomenon of light splitting into its constituent colors and the restorative moments of cruising the ocean.
He's so good.
I could cry. It's beautiful. So, we just, like I just keep saying, we're so grateful to have had the experience from that last week.
Look at Mary Jane being.
I love that photo.
No, that's not the one that we used because look at her hair.
No, I know, but I still love it.
I
just
love
like
it
the
too.
smiles, the feeling. That's such a good representation, I think, of what everybody seemed to be feeling. It was a really, really, really lovely week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very big standout for me was when we were in Sydney, Nova Scotia.
So, yeah.
No, we didn't get there first. No,
We
what was before that? I'm jumping ahead.
Okay, we went Quebec City, day at sea, classes, Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. I love
I'm
you.
moving there.
I love you. I said to my husband, we need to retire to Prince Edward Island. It's the most...
And to the goat farm.
Well, we're going to be working at the goat farm. It was such a day. It was the very first excursion that we have ever planned for a group.
And finding photos.
We got to do a little research on the island, pick a few spots that we thought our new friends would enjoy on a one-day trip to Charlottetown. And, just crossed our finger. We'd never been there before, so we weren't really sure what we were getting into. But
you speak, I'm going to just
we met the most wonderful people. So we got one of those big travel coach buses. It fit 50 people. We jammed it to the max. We were all, as many as we could, on this bus. I actually wish there was a bus for 60 people. I feel like that would have been perfect.
Yeah, there was a few who would have liked to.
A few chose not to come, and a few, anyway. But mostly, it was 50 people. Our first stop was Island Hill Farm in, I think it's called Hampshire, Prince Edward Island. You can follow her on Instagram at Island Hill Farm, and it's Flory. And you will just go crazy when you go there. It is such a beautiful farm with all these little barns that are painted these happy, joyful colors. She has, when you pull up to the front, it's this beautiful white picket fence, and she's got cosmos and wildflowers, and she's got a big pen of dairy goats. And she says, "Hi, welcome to my farm. You're more than welcome to go into any pen. Just open, make sure you close the gate so the animals don't get out." So all of us just opened this gate, went in to meet these goats. It was, first of all, it was way too short of a visit. Isn't that cute?
Look it! These are our two good friends. We met them in Vancouver Knit City, and now
we should send that to them.
They were a blast.
Anyway. So Flory's farm, she has goats, alpacas, sheeps, a miniature horse, Highland cows, and what else?
A donkey, chickens.
A donkey, chickens,
Alpacas.
And we also got to meet a local dyer who is Red Island Fiber, and it's Mandy. And she is a local indie dyer.
Donkey.
And she has her bases milled, I think she said in Nova Scotia or something like that. But she has Angora rabbits, her own Angora rabbits that she combs and uses the fiber. She gets fleece from Flory, from her sheep, and alpacas. So she had all of these bases for us to choose from.
Look, he's eating my shirt.
And a bunch of them, you know, originated from animals on the farm when we were visiting Island Hill Farm. Ah, they're so cute.
I'm just going to keep doing this while you chat.
Listen, Jodi, I could have a little acreage with some sweet animals like that. I don't know.
It's funny. I always thought I wanted miniature goats. These
big dairy ones are
big
nice.
mamas.
How about, and then there's like a little gift shop. So we bought goat's milk soap.
They're like dogs, you guys. They use
They're totally like dogs.
Look at them. They just want to be close to you and pet you. Okay, you keep going. I'll just
Okay, so here's some of Mandy's yarn. She is Red Island Fiber. Also, we did not know there was going to be yarn.
No.
At Island Hill Farm.
No.
We just thought we were coming to meet animals and Flory and get an experience. So this is one of Mandy's bases called, this one's 100% Rambouillet. So it is really springy and soft, and this is her Jon Snow colorway, which is undyed. You can check her out at redislandfiber.com. She was absolutely lovely. And then I got a bunch of minis. I don't even know what I'm doing with her yarn. I was just smitten with it. Some of this is Rambouillet. Some of this is blue. This little base here, this is a BFL nylon, 80% BFL, 20% nylon. And I think, she does natural dyeing?
Yes.
Yeah, so she does a bunch of natural dyeing. Okay, look at the depth. Look at this one. It's got all kinds of little colors. Honestly, okay, that is such a good picture of us. I love that one.
So I'm just showing them
I want one of those. Okay. So there were so many people that took home skeins of yarn, got pictures with animals, and I have to say, going forward, we would make our visit to Island Hill Farm twice as long.
It has to be a whole day and
Flory
a lunch.
does, she has got a cafe. We could have a little box lunch.
Goat yoga.
There's goat yoga. She does felting classes. And of course, I went into the gift shop. I bought a tote bag.
Look, I was going to take a bunny home and nobody let me bring it on the bus.
Meanies. So I got a Island Hill Farm tote bag. That's going to be a total grocery tote for me here at home. But I also picked up some of her goat's milk soap. This is the thing. I love goat cheese. I love soap. I feel like having goats.
So good.
Having goats would be amazing. Which one's that?
Pink grapefruit.
Okay, this one is watermelon and lemonade.
My hands are hard to move right now because it's so cold. Are your hands cold?
Everything's cold. Oh, you're really cold.
Are your hands not?
No. This is tea tree.
Oh, I do love a tea tree
Take
smell.
it.
No,
Jodi,
no.
I'm not going to use 3.
I won't use it.
I bought a whole bunch.
Do you
Why
use
not?
Do you use block soap?
I have one in my bathroom in my bedroom that I
Okay.
do use.
Yeah, I don't use block soap.
Yeah. Anyway, I love it. It's got coconut oil, olive oil, shea butter, cocoa butter, and a little bit of fragrance.
So
100% Island Hill Farm goat's milk.
You guys, it was
It smells so
like I felt like
I didn't want to leave.
it was a happy place, and that I will have goats one day.
See, inspiration for you, Joe.
Yeah.
You knew you wanted it.
Yeah, just 2 goats for pets. It just to be I
You
love
will never
animals.
stop. You'll never stop at 2. If you have space, your husband knows this. Don't you say 2.
And yeah,
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
no. I want cats and goats.
If you
That's
get,
all.
You don't even like goat cheese, right? So
No.
if you get dairy goats, I'll take the cheese.
Okay.
We'll learn how to make cheese
Do I
and
have
just
to
give
milk
it to
them?
people. Yeah, I think so. Yes. Oh my God, we're such silly people. Yes, if they.
No, I realized. Like,
Yes.
do
is
all goats produce
No,
milk?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I have no idea.
Oh.
Star's gonna hold you to it. 2 goats. Listen, Star, we all know.
Listen,
that's
if
not
he just lets me have 2, I realize it's.
You get a boy and a girl.
No.
Oops.
I didn't really know. Anyway.
Jody's friend, Mabel the goat. Mabel followed Jodi all over the farm. Billy goats don't produce milk. That's
So
boys, right? Obviously. Right? Oh
I want a goat that doesn't produce milk. I don't want to have to milk it.
Okay.
No, so not like we.
How am I going to get goat cheese?
Are they only milking when they have a baby?
I have, Jodi. Why are you asking me this stuff?
Because women only produce milk when we have a baby.
Goats produce milk if they give birth. So girls only.
Oh, and then so once you stop milking them, their milk dries up. Of course.
I don't know. What do you mean? Of course.
Yes, of course. Just like us. Thank you, Star.
Okay.
This is all making sense.
Oh my
We
God.
look real dumb.
Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe.
Delete.
Anyway,
Mabel
and follow for more farming tips.
Mabel was Farmer Flory's goat.
Yeah. Anyway,
And it was so
thank you to Flory for hosting us. We didn't want to leave. And if you're ever in Charlottetown, and it's just sort of about 20 minutes from what the port was. So super easy to get to.
There's a little bit of a cafe. You can sit and eat lunch. Give yourself half a day.
She's got chairs everywhere. Like, it's just so cute. And if you have, if you've got little grandchildren or nieces and or whatever, it's just a really fun place to go. We used to go to the petting zoo at our zoo all the time. I would way rather be going to something like
we had petting
Island
zoos.
Hill Farm.
I think, now, we had petting zoos for our kids' birthdays. Well, now awesome. I knew who it was for. It was for me only.
Pretty much. No, the kids loved it.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, those were great. And I also, 10 out of 10, recommend a petting zoo for your kid's birthday party. Those were fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, oh my gosh, you guys, 46 minutes and we're only at our first port.
Okay.
So this is just the beginning of Charlottetown. First stop, Island Hill Farm. All of us leave with yarn. All of us leave with big smiles on our faces. And we're back on the bus. Now we've got an hour to knit on the bus because we're going
Cross Island.
Yeah, Cross Island. We're going out to Point Prim Lighthouse.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Which is a round lighthouse, which
phone.
is significant and unique. And it's also the oldest lighthouse on Prince Edward Island. It sounds like I'm a tour guide. I'm not. It was absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful gift shop. They let you climb the ladder to the top of the lighthouse. So it's open. It's a very small visitor's fee, so it's not expensive. There are picnic tables and places to just sit and enjoy the day. It was 27 degrees the day we were in Charlottetown. It was stunningly beautiful. Huge blue skies.
These were in the gift shop.
Yeah. Rocky shores.
Alice!
There's our friend Alice, who literally lives 20 minutes from our house.
She could be here in 20 minutes.
It was such a treat to have a local person.
Oh,
Katie! Katie's like, Jodi, take the bunny. And Jenny! There's Alice! We had friends on this ship that we have met through other retreats and other things. And it was
Joyce.
Just...
This was all in the gift shop at Point Prim, you guys. There was knits and crochets.
It was all handmade stuff. And 85% of it was from right on Prince Edward Island.
This is a big fish eating my head. Oh, look.
Hand knitted.
Cindy, who lost, I'm surprised she left it. She probably left her purse there.
Jodi. Now you're just telling trip secrets.
This was Point Prim, you
That's
guys.
how gorgeous Point Prim is. It's stunning and so worth the stop. So this was something you could have taken a little picnic lunch. And we drove through, we learned that Prince Edward Island is the most rural province in Alberta. 40%.
In Canada.
Sorry, in Canada. 40% of the population of Prince Edward Island lives on a farm.
Yes.
That's what they said.
I would love
so
that.
we got to drive through all this beautiful farmland and see all these really cute houses and farms. And so once we got back on the bus from Point Prim Lighthouse, we went to Fleece and Harmony.
I got yarn from there.
Fleece and Harmony they're a farm They have sheep. They have their own mill. They process their own wool that they've also purchased from all over Prince Edward Island. It's all local. And they are an amazing yarn shop.
Farmer Ken
Yeah, Ken and Kim.
gave us a tour.
And let me tell you, Kim was an amazing help. Behind the scenes, emailing. She's probably like,
These girls.
I'm going to block and delete at this point, she's probably saying. Anyway, we can't thank them enough. We got a tour of the mill, which is, only something they do for groups now because they're so incredibly busy. Kim also is the organizer of the Prince Edward Island Fibre Festival.
Which, if you're there, it's this weekend.
You guys, if you're anywhere near there, like in the Maritimes or in the US, just across, whatever, please.
That's a good photo of you.
That is the worst. You're supposed to crop me out.
Sorry, there you go. What?
What?
Tracy's like, I look high. Her eyes are half closed. Sorry.
Half a blink is like, that's great, thanks. Fleece and Harmony.
Yes.
So, anyway, Kim was amazing. And, we've got these amazing group. We've got them on the bus all day from like 9:30 to 4:30. We're like, we got to give somebody some kind of a little nosh in the middle of the day.
We were hungry at Point Prim.
Right. So, Kim recommended...
Look it.
Kim recommended Country Taste Bakery. I believe that's... I would have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
forever remember the pastries.
She said it's a local bakery. I really love it. They have amazing food. And so we got in touch with them and said,
Kim,
there's 50 of us. Just send whatever you think we would like. We would love water and some kind of a little snack for 50 people. We had no idea they were the French pastry chefs. It was out of this world amazing.
the apple turnover, flakiest pastry, crusty shell, warm
Kind of
still.
warm because they baked it just for us that morning. I had the cheese Danish.
They were gone already. And that's my fault because I could have eaten it on the first, because you guys went in the mill first.
like warm cream cheese, and it had like a strawberry compote.
It looks amazing.
I can't even. And I'm not even the biggest bakery person. I could have had something else. Chocolate chip cookie.
I did have two. I ate a cookie too.
I should have gotten the pan of chocolate, the chocolate whatever.
Croissant.
2 words, chocolate croissant, Fran
Chocolate
said.
croissant.
Anyway, we just felt so welcomed, and Vincent's got a pattern in there.
Found a book. He saw his book in there that his crochet blanket pattern. That's his Harry Potter house blanket.
That's so cool.
Love
And
it.
his face, that like wide-eyed joy
Yeah.
and an armful of yarn, that's what the day felt like. That's what the day felt like. Ah,
They were just the most
It's-
gracious hosts. There's all the crew.
it's such a beautiful yarn shop. Of course, the Kim's been doing a YouTube podcast forever. That's how I got to know about her. So you have
This
to
is
go.
Andrea. She is a hoot and a half, you guys.
You have to go subscribe to Fleece and Harmony's newsletters and their YouTube channel because you're gonna love it.
Should we show the yarn we got there?
Yes. The yarn shop. So they have so much of their own yarn that they process. They have so many bases that they do, but they are also like the biggest Rowan dealer. I don't know if it's in Canada. They have all the lines of Rowan. And back in the day when I was a new knitter, the yarn shop that we had here was a big Rowan. They had tons of Rowan, and I fell in love with Rowan yarns so long ago, and it was really nice to see. And it reminds me how much I love all that yarn. What a beautiful shop.
Rowan has so many different bases, you guys, and their color palettes are so beautiful.
And
They're-
Kim says when she brings in a yarn, she brings in all the colors.
Yeah.
Like local knitters, you're just so lucky to have such a beautiful spot.
Right. So we're going to show you what we got.
Okay.
So this Rowan mode, you guys, I'm going to bring up, I'll show you a picture too. This is a new collection of theirs, and they have the most beautiful soft palette and the most beautiful bases. This one is one of those blown in construction
This is amazing
fibers.
yarn.
It's 70% alpaca, 7% wool, and 23% recycled nylon. That recycled nylon is the tube. So the fiber content is 70% alpaca and 7% wool. And it's like, you guys,
They call it everyday luxury. It's like petting a bunny or something.
did
like
you get
it's-
anything from Rowan?
No.
Oh.
Yes, not here.
Okay. So
I do have some nice Rowan things to
so
share with
good.
you later, you guys.
I'm gonna find the picture.
I actually have knitting to share with you too. But we're having so much fun telling you about our trip.
Okay, so I just want to quickly go back and show you guys just this. I didn't want to talk about it yet, but the display that they had here, you guys. This is just a little snippet, and their palette's very muted. There's also a whole collection, a book actually, of patterns, just specifically with this yarn. Like it was a whole big launch. So check out it was a whole like lookbook of pattern after pattern.
Rowan does amazing magazines.
Yes.
The photography is gorgeous. They're so inspiring.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
collect them.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah. So I love that you bought that blush pink, and it's just like irresistible.
But what we really came for is the Fleece and Harmony wool.
So
Right?
that's what I thought. I thought to myself, you know what? I love when I'm on holiday to grab like souvenir yarn, and if it's something that, was made there or it was part of your trip, that's what always draws me. So as much as I loved and had a hard time like walking away from all the Rowan, I went straight to their bases that they mill right on the premises. And they do such a gorgeous job on their yarn. So I bought, these are 50-gram skeins, and their base is this base is Wild Winds. And I just thought, how perfect would that be for color work?
It's a 2-ply construction, and it's a softer ply. Like it's not a really high twist. This makes the most beautiful fabric, you guys. This is 100% wool, and boy, is this soft.
It's soft. It's springy.
Oh.
They had so many samples. So I got 3 little 50-gram skeins thinking color work,
Fingering weight.
fingering
Yeah.
weight.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But so 200 yards, 50 grams.
Yeah.
So even a little bit, like I feel like you could get sport weight gauge too with this if you're looking for it. But I especially love these 50-gram skeins for
Yes.
like color work in a yoke
Yeah.
or something. You don't have to
Totally
get
agree.
whole skeins of something. And yeah, so I got that lighter weight, which I love.
So I went straight to the DK and worsted. Like I quickly passed the lace and the fingering. But I went.
But skid marks to the DK.
Yes.
Arch!
That wasn't even planned. This is cardigan Corriedale. This is the natural undyed base. It's 200 yards for 80 grams.
Cardigan Corriedale.
It is, I believe,
Totally different
worsted.
spin. Really nice.
A little bit tighter of a spin. It looks to be a 2-ply as well.
springy and
But
beautiful.
look at this base. I always love a natural, you guys. They had really gorgeous colors to choose from, but I just loved this natural. This base is stunning.
Somehow I missed that.
100% wool.
You guys, we as a group, 50 knitters in this yarn shop. There was like armfuls of yarn going out the door. I missed stuff.
I know.
'Cause it got
I
wiped
know,
out.
I know.
But honestly, they had tons to choose from. When I say wiped out, I'm totally teasing. But they had so much selection for us to choose from. It was heaven. Like, it was such a good stop. Was that your DK? Okay.
I think that was actually worsted. 80 grams for 200 yards.
No. 80 grams? 80 grams. Interesting.
I'm just trying
So
to
100 grams and 200 yards is worsted weight.
yeah.
So I think maybe it looks DK.
Worsted DK. It's DK
Somewhere
to
in there.
worsted. Yeah.
Okay, and because I love socks, I bought their natural sock base, which they call Point Prim sock. Point Prim Lighthouse, which is right down the road. So they say on here, this is the color chestnut, and it says flowering chestnuts are popular all over the island. The nuts are not edible, but as a yarn, they are knittable. I'm not sure what that means. This is 80% wool, 20% mohair. So this is a hand wash base, but very strong for socks.
Where did you just read that?
right here on my, so it's different.
Oh, I didn't have that. I have this point per embrace, but I
Maybe
don't...
it's because it's the color is chestnut and they just had a little blurb to talk about when the color is of chestnut.
Do you think
Maybe
they
it was
dyed
dye-
it with
No, I don't know. I don't even know.
It's like light bulb.
We did see their dye studio. They do dye everything right on the
I
premises.
bet you it's dyed with chestnuts.
Now you're just spreading rumors.
I'm going to Google it.
But how gorgeous of a
Yeah.
warm pinky brown is that? Of course it's going to make great socks. You can make whatever you want with it, but it'll be nice and, you know, it's got the halo from the mohair. I love the way they get this depth, you know, where it's really kind of tonal and multi-dimensional, right? And I've got another yarn too that also looks like that. I don't know how you dyers get that, but it's so pretty.
So Karen, a cruiser Karen, who
Okay.
was with us,
Yes.
purchased this yarn from Fleece and Harmony. It's the same base. It's the point Prim. This is cherry slush. This color.
I can't even. I had this in my arms when we were there.
Okay, that's probably what. Ultimately, she didn't have something to knit.
She's from a very warm, humid place.
Yes.
Hot
Where?
place. Florida.
Yes.
And she's just like, who am I kidding? I'm not going to wear wool, but I fell in love with this yarn.
So she gifted it back to us, and we're going to do a giveaway to you guys.
Well, I feel like it would be amazing in the breast cancer fundraiser that's
well,
coming
perfect.
up.
So you're going to
look
have
for
to buy a
this-
ticket.
Look for this as a raffle prize. That's on my list of things to talk about
Look
later,
at
you
this.
guys. But the color cherry slush, I'm probably going to have to order that myself later.
Okay,
I
but
kept reminding myself,
just
these guys are online. You don't have to clean out everything you love today,
totally.
right? What were you going to say?
Just the wooliness and like their passion for the animals and the wool.
Woolly but soft.
Their production of like he does. They have a shearer come in. She's the only shearer on the island, so I would imagine she's super busy.
Wow.
It is an art to
Oh,
learn
yeah.
that. But just like the start to finish and their passion, they're 7 days a week, you guys.
And supporting all of those sheep farmers, you know, now that they've got this, they're a mill, right? There's another mill on the island too, but like they like to buy local wool. So you're getting local wool from this local mill. And
She
a
was
local
corporate
dyer.
America, and
Yeah.
now she said she's busier than ever and wouldn't change a thing.
I also,
Kim and
I wish we could have taken
Ken.
them for dinner.
Yeah.
Because they were so lovely and so much help. And it's another reason I really want to go back. And I'm not even kidding you about wanting to live on Prince Edward Island.
no, I'm not either. And
it was gorgeous.
like just the fact that we were stopping there and they were there and we made the connection and had just
and they
the
had
most epic day.
in the mill, they had every machine they used to in every step of the process, they had it all loaded up. So it looked like what it looks like when they are milling the yarn. And they did that just because they knew we were coming.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
yeah.
They're just the most wonderful people.
Okay, so
Here's my can I show you my sweater? Oh, go
Do
ahead.
it.
No, go. This
This-
is your book?
you guys,
Jodi.
this is also a book that I purchased at Fleece and Harmony. It is the mode collection, but just of the hats. Are
Oh,
you
Jodi,
kidding?
I didn't even see that. Well,
Yes.
Okay. I love it.
I'm going to talk about the dark color chosen for a sample when I show a new book, but these are incredible with the texture and the overall like lusciousness of these amazing hats. So this is a collection of patterns.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing.
I missed that.
I'm going to need a bath to get warm today.
I'm actually chilly. I don't know whose dumb idea it was to be out here. And I'm wearing bare feet in like clogs, so they're not warm
Putting my
either.
hands under
They're not
my-
warm either. You would think. Okay, Mary Catherine.
Yeah, totally.
Mary Catherine Gallagher. Wow. Just like whew, right off topic.
Well, I put my hands under here, and the first thing I thought of was Molly Shannon going.
Totally. How much do we love Molly Shannon?
I know.
Okay, here's what I bought.
Okay.
Yes, I bought other things, but this was a plant. I really love a
I
sweater.
actually didn't see what you bought.
This is it.
Okay, it's gorgeous.
Imagine more skeins of this and a couple more skeins of that. I didn't know what I'm going to make. I do want to make a sweater. This color is out of this world. It said, obviously, I had to get it. This is quartz.
I'm Googling
And
something.
this base is their Selkirk worsted, which is, 80 grams and 200 yards. Okay. There you go.
quartz.
200, so like 180 meters.
Yes.
Listen, this is like, wow, right? Look at that. And then this pine cone color. Also has that really warm kind of undertone. And I think they're going to just pair together so well.
So this comes to 250 per 100 grams, if you were doing the math.
So then it is.
It's right in there.
But some things are like, it depends on how it's twisted, how it's spun, how lofty it is. Is it woolen or worsted spun, right?
So it's right in that DK worsted area.
They definitely call it this one worsted.
Dursted. We'll call it dursted. DK and worsted mixed together.
Selkirk. So if you're looking to buy the yarn, this is what you're looking for.
Look at the color.
Look at that.
That's like a gingerbread. Reddish.
It's just so warm and pretty.
It's not gingerbread.
So if anybody has any ideas.
Is it a vest or is it a sweater?
It's going to, I don't know. I have not got there yet. Probably a sweater, because I think a double, like a, I don't know. If I'm just thinking colorwork vest would be pretty thick.
Oh, I'm getting blown away.
Pretty thick, but I would still do it. I mean, you could also use
it all
this.
over colorwork?
No, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no clue. So if anybody has any ideas, I would love to hear them. These would be perfect also for the cowl we had in Mary Jane's class.
We have to talk about that still.
Oh,
we jumped all over.
I got FOs, people.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, this was phenomenal. So Charlottetown PEI, and the Fleece and Harmony is actually in Belfast. Island Hill Farm is not actually in Charlottetown, but it's not far from Charlottetown.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm freezing. Thank God for wool. I could have worn like a mohair today.
God, is there a storm blowing?
Yes, it's windy, Amanda.
Is there a nor'eastern coming in? No, it's not windy.
But it's not like damp and rainy, but I've got some geraniums over there that look like July. These back here got frost while we were away.
They still look really good.
Everything's getting pulled out this weekend. I've got a giant mint shrub over there. I don't know what I'm going to do with it
Careful
all.
that it doesn't flower. You'll have mint everywhere. It's invasive.
I wouldn't mind that.
No, it's okay. No, you would. You'd find it all in your rocks.
I don't think so.
Okay, whatever. Okay, should we
It smells amazing.
should we talk about what we're wearing?
Yes, and then Sydney, Nova Scotia, because I can't even.
And Mary Jane's class?
And
Okay.
Mary Jane's class.
Buckle in.
Halifax a little bit.
Good thing we got into it quickly, because you guys, there's a lot to talk about still. We have so much to show you and talk about. Oh, this.
Yeah, I hope you guys love what we're sharing
I
here.
have to share this.
Oh yes, this was from Fleece and Harmony. I was trying to remember where this came
This
from.
is a kit at Fleece and Harmony where you get the pattern and the beads and the yarn to knit this, you guys. It's beaded, a snowflake beaded ornament.
It's called Christmas Memories Teardrop. Like, look at this little book. Here's your
The
chart.
stuffing.
Here's your, like, all written out pattern, and it's all really good size font, you guys.
Rowan felted tweed.
You guys,
I'm knitting this.
wait. Put a pin in felted tweed. We're coming back to it.
Did you buy some?
Wait, I have so much to say.
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit of a felted tweed
This
moment.
is amazing.
Yeah, this was beautiful.
I'm going to knit it and gift it to Mom.
Surprise! It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally agree. I love that kind
Oh,
of
I
stuff.
forgot to say, at Coeur de Mai,
Yeah?
I bought real fur.
Ooh.
Don't come for me or cancel me. This is roadkill. No.
Is that how it's marketed?
It's repurposed.
We found it
It's,
on the road.
it's upcycled real fur.
Yeah, it's upcycled.
It could be cat. It's not cat. But look at these, you guys.
Yeah. So soft.
Like, you only get that movement in real fur.
yeah.
But
It's
yeah.
humane. It is totally humane.
Look. Oh, you know what I was thinking, you guys? This.
Oh yeah. With this one?
With one of them,
Yeah.
I think any of them would work.
Yeah. I think that rich brown is beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, so after
What we're wearing.
Okay, you go first.
I'm wearing a brand new sweater I got at Garage.
No!
You guys, it came today. This is a little bit different than my favorite acrylic Target sweater, and that's getting a little bit worn.
I said, oh my gosh, I love your sweater.
Oh, wait. So
This is so nice.
it is like the perfect little cropped. It's right at my waist, a little bit lower than my waist. A drop shoulder, I'm talking about this like I've made it, but I just ordered 2 more.
I think that's like...
I ordered all the colors.
Did you?
Yeah. I ordered another gray that I'm going to put away, and then I ordered the cream one, tan one. It's got a little bit of detail here.
That's beautiful ribbing.
The sleeves are relaxed.
Ooh, it's kind of like a... I love that.
Not quite balloony, but no decreases until here.
Who doesn't love a 1x1 rib? I
You
love the look
guys,
of that.
Garage.
Okay, I could knit one of those, Jodi, and drops air. That's what we're talking about here.
Isn't it great?
Yes, it's great.
Okay. So now that I reordered, you might have to call them for the ornaments or send them an email. I bet you they'll hook you up with the ornaments.
Yes, they make the kits. They'll for sure have some for you.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing the Elton pullover that I finished just on our trip. Like, it was my whip on the plane, and I finished it when we and blocked it. I haven't actually soaked. I soaked it, but I didn't pin it. So I feel like it needs to be reblocked.
Yes.
It's the Elton pullover by Joji Locatelli. I knit it all in Mondim sock yarn, so fingering weight yarn. And if you look at the pattern, you'll see every second stripe is mohair, but I decided to do it all in wool.
Yeah.
And on my second sleeve, I put a little pop of fuchsia.
So good.
And a little pop of fuchsia at the neck. And it's kind of a bluey gray and black. Super, super black.
Oh, it's good.
This is very heathered, kind of slatey, bluey gray. I love it. I do think it might be a little on the short side, but I think it just depends on the pants I wear. These ones are fine.
I also feel like you're going to get an inch or so blocking or more.
Yeah, so I'm going to
Do you
reblock
stretch
it.
when you block? You could get 2 inches
We'll
out of
see what
that.
happens. I mean,
Yeah.
it feels amazing.
It is amazing.
The weight of this fingering weight wool is warm but not bulky. You can layer it. It's really good for like in between seasons where it's not too hot or not too cold. I know I'm going to get so much wear out of it. I would absolutely knit another one. I can see myself for sure knitting another one of these. It was really fun to knit. I love knitting stripes.
It's actually spectacular in person.
Really?
The details with the hot pink, but the pattern itself where it has this band at the top of this the color A that you're using.
Yeah, it joins
I
the
love
front and the back.
that.
Listen, it's phenomenal. It's a super, it's a beautiful pattern.
What's the weight?
Fingering weight.
It's
and
beautiful.
mohair, lace weight.
But it's beautiful.
All on the same needle. So when you do it with the mohair, it's really quite elegant and diaphanous. Like you can see
What's
through
that?
it. Like gauzy and
Got it.
see-through. kind of.
Diaphanous? That's a pretty word.
Yeah. So you can do what you want with the yarn choice, right?
Yeah.
Like I just thought I would wear this kind of one more, but I also think how gorgeous would it be to have something kind of dressy like with the mohair and make it, maybe you add a little sparkle or maybe you add a little, like this pattern, you can knit it 100 different ways. I loved it knitting it.
I don't think I clarified. Garage is a clothing company. They have bricks and mortar, but they also have online.
Yeah, go to
So
them all.
I believe it's garage.com, but don't quote me. Just Google garage clothing store. You'll find it.
Awesome.
Okay,
so
good.
that's what we're wearing. Okay.
Mary Jane?
Sydney.
No. Sydney.
Sure, whatever.
Sydney.
Sydney, Nova Scotia. Did you know, have you ever heard of Tracie's Rolling Yarn Shop?
Rochette School. Interesting. I don't have kids there anymore. Voicemail.
Tracie's Rolling Yarn Shop.
Yes.
She parks at the port of Sydney, Nova Scotia every day
I'm
from
getting photos.
May to like late October, whatever the season for cruising in that area. If you ever stop in Sydney, Nova Scotia, you're going to get off the boat and you're going to see Tracie's Rolling Yarn Shop.
I think it's May to October.
Yeah.
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 So there's a big season where
Sometimes
it's
there's
quiet.
2 ships or 3 ships. Right. And then she goes around. Like she takes her yarn shop other places where, communities would listen. If Tracie's coming to your neighborhood, you need to go. She is such a fabulous person. We have never felt more like,
Wait for it. Sorry, I'm just finding the photos.
like they're more excited to see us than our mother. And let me tell you,
She's excited.
That's a feat. Listen, we were welcomed. We get off the ship
Look
and
it.
there's this sign. Sydney welcomes our cruise. That was, but yeah, there's a giant fiddle in Sydney, Nova Scotia. There's a really,
we didn't even get a picture in front of the fucking fiddle.
I know. There's such a rich music history there, you guys, and very famous musicians that are from the area. We got a local tour. It was great.
OMG. People are so nice.
Yeah.
Just wait. We went to her house, and she showed me. Okay, just a minute. I got to show you something. Wait.
What's that?
Just a sec.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Gift shop at the port.
Okay, we're getting there. Just a minute. Tracy and a rolling yarn shop.
Hold the phone.
Crochet in the wild.
So many amazing people. Okay. Not only did we get to meet local knitters, we got to meet local dyers. And some not so local.
Yeah.
Timber Yarns came from Ontario for the day. Aw, some great.
Look, I can make
Don't you love making stickers?
I know. Look at Tracy's rolling yarn shop.
It was so, you guys, it was so hot and so sunny.
There's Stu.
So many good memories.
There's Trace right there. Look, Stu and Pam in the truck.
There's Tracy. Tracy's rolling yarn shop. The Tracies and Jodi.
This is the crew behind us. Oh, we had to say goodbye.
They had chairs set out.
Look that's from our ship.
So our room was on the same side of the boat as where you dock. And as soon as we woke up in the morning, we peeked over the railing and we could see what was happening down below.
Oh, look, there's the fiddle.
And we were so excited. Oh, yeah.
Epic fail.
We have to go back. I mean, for a million
reasons.
Look,
the fiddle. The end of the fiddle.
We're the worst. But, it was catered. There was drinks and
the oat
cakes. Rita's oat cakes, which, oh my God, I took a giant handful back
Thank
to our
God
room.
you took a couple back to the room because I hadn't seen
They
them.
were good.
And I had an oat cake. It reminded me of like the digestives you buy.
Oh,
Peak
they
Freeze,
were so...
But of course, so much better.
Oaty, but not sweet.
So
and crisp, but not hot. Like, they were so good. They were amazing.
Should we show the... Oh, I forgot to show you guys. Back at Coeur d'Alene, I did have yarn that I didn't show. I also got yarn to make... there was mittens, a sample of mittens. Do you remember?
Yes.
Anyway, I'll maybe see if I can find them, but it was knit in this yarn and this colorway, and they were beautiful, like Selbu kind of mittens. But this yarn is just so beautiful, you guys. Okay. Oh, and you know what else I got there, you guys? This is, I swear, we are all over the place. I forgot to show my yarn.
I love... Where's this from?
This is from Coeur d'Alene.
Ooh, you got some Noro.
So we don't... I mean... Noro's been around forever.
So beautiful.
It's beautiful Japanese wool, and it can be very toothy, not as soft. This is not that.
I love it.
This is
like love
very,
it.
very soft.
I should knit a sweater or something in it because every time I see it, I'm just in love with it.
So I got this from Coeur d'Alene, and it's, I believe, a DK weight. It's 60% wool, 30% silk, 10% alpaca. Well, no wonder. It's 200 meters for 100 grams, so it's a worsted weight.
It's a beautiful, beautiful yarn company.
The fiber is hand-selected and inspected by Master Noro from the most reliable and ethical suppliers. Fibers are never treated with acids or harmful chemicals. They are gently spun to preserve original qualities and character.
Wow.
Look at this beautiful color.
Yes.
It's a bit of a thick and thin.
I love the tweedy bit.
Little heathered. Incredible. It's going to be a hat probably. But then she showed us.
That's the one that I want to make a sweater out of. That's awesome. That's so
with
cute.
Mohair. This is what they call their sock yarn. But this is 100 grams and 300 meters, so it's really sporty.
It is sport, yeah.
So it'll bloom. It's a single ply. These are both single plies.
But look at all the colors spun into that finer weight one.
Oh my God, but the colors they've
out
selected.
of this world.
This
gorgeous.
is Silk Garden Sock Solo, And this is color T1.
Wow.
Look at the colors.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Like,
we're jumping all over
totally-
it, but I
totally
forgot to show
phenomenal.
that. Okay.
So we did get to meet so many people in Sydney. We got to meet, there not only meet, people dyed custom colors for the day,
Yes.
which is
Amazing.
awesome. Awesome. Like, how great is that? This is Natural You Yarns.
A mother-daughter duo.
Yes.
And they were fantastic.
This is like organic certified merino and 115 grams, 400 meters. Don't you just love the twist on that? This color is called Grocery Girls Knit East. I absolutely love it. I think it's gorgeous. It's very soft. Oh, it smells so good too. Like, it's really gorgeous. So they are Canadian and they're from out east as well.
I'm
They're
just
not
finding
far,
their
right?
Instagram. What is it called?
Natural You.
Got it. I just
Yeah.
think I'm just
Andrea and Jasmine.
punching it in wrong. Okay, this update for the new 18 iOS 18, it's a giant update, you guys. I'm just kind of
It was a big
navigating.
one.
Yeah.
I also couldn't resist the Sydney Sunrise. Sydney, Nova Scotia. Sydney Sunrise. Their yarn was absolutely beautiful.
Natural You.
Is beautiful. So it was great to meet them and hear about
They're in Pictou.
in Nova Scotia, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, close.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, look at that.
This is they had a great photo.
That's the thing we never get, or what we're not as good at, is getting good photos ourselves. So I'm
Look
so,
at them.
So glad other people do. Look at that day.
And that was the view from Tracy's ship. That was from Tracy's yarn store.
Hey, I'm
Anyway,
going to steal their pictures or ask
Do
if I
it.
can borrow,
Yeah.
because those are really nice photos.
do it.
And we also met Karen, who is Pretty String.
This is Karen right here. She had the great rainbow leggings.
Was she from Ontario? Where is she from? Pretty
Um,
String.
Just a sec.
Ottawa. I thought she was from Ontario. So she also came in very quickly. Look at the yarn kit I got. This is one of her emotional support chicken kits. It's a 100% superwash merino worsted weight, but you get all these different amounts
I was
of
seeing if there was a photo.
different colors. And mine is called Merrill Cheap. So, I mean, the colors were just like, yes, please. That's so gorgeous.
Chickalis Cage.
See?
Chickalis Cage. I'm just going to pull it, but look at this one. It's like speckly and amazing. I was just going to pull it up. I just actually want to show you too, you guys. She is a really, really beautiful yarn buyer.
Yes.
Really
She's
beautiful
a
yarn.
painter first.
Oh, well, you can tell she's very artistic.
She painted the ball bands. So interesting to meet everybody. Everybody was just amazing. Anyway, this emotional support chicken kit flew off the yarn truck. Everybody was loving that. I mean, you can make whatever you like, but look at all the colors. I love a multi like this.
Look at this Natural You, you guys. We're back to the Natural You company.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Just
And these were both new to me companies.
beautiful.
Which is very exciting. I think
Yeah.
that's really, really fun.
Love it. Oh, just the reception, you guys, and the excitement.
We have never.
Tracy said, you'd be surprised how many knitters and crocheters and makers are on these cruises that come and shop yarn.
Really?
You guys, we met a woman in line at the buffet wearing a Jethro cardigan.
Yeah. Just on a
Adorable.
cruise. There were actually a lot of knitters on the boat that saw our group that were like, hey, how do I get in? Like, how do you do this? What's going on?
Pam and Stu, and I
I
mentioned them
know.
in that photo. They are cruisers. They do it all the time, but Pam and Stu watch our podcast.
Isn't that wild?
Stu by
Poor Stu.
Poor Stu. He
Gets
has
forced
to.
into it.
But she had no idea we were cruising, and she's like,
She said, I watch you all the time.
then she came and knit with us.
Yeah.
She was great. We're gonna go stay with them in Florida. I really truly believe we're gonna see them again.
I think so too.
Yeah, they were
I think so
great.
too. With the amount we've been traveling, and they love to travel, and
Yeah.
one day it's going to happen. But also, who flew in for literally 24 hours, Heather and David, who are timber yarns. And I mean, we have talked about timber yarns. We have knit timber yarns.
Shane wears his socks in timber yarns.
Beautiful yarn. When I think of timber yarns, I think self-striping, but there's all kinds of stuff that they do. So this is, this set is called Kindness Matters, which I could not agree more with the sentiment. And the colors were just insanely beautiful. There they are.
They were an absolute joy to spend time with.
I felt every time we were leaving, I just felt it was like a tough to disconnect.
Yeah.
We wanted more time.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to get it. We will have some time. We'll be somewhere at some point where we can all just sit down and have a meal and just relax and get to know each other. But just the loveliest people.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to bring up some photos, but mine is, it is a black and white twist, and I believe this is her yarn. She has milled.
Yes.
She was the OG of this, and she is stunning.
Marled, self-striping. You can get it in DK. You can get it
This
in
is
fingering.
DK, you guys. I don't know if you remember back when I showed Shane, and I did Shane socks, I was using timber yarns.
This color is exclusive to Tracy's Rolling Yarn Shop.
Yes.
Does she have a website? I don't know. This color is called The Heart of Nova Scotia. And Heather and David were so generous. So this is what it looks like on the white base, and this is what it looks like on the marled base.
Trying to find a photo.
David was wearing these socks. They were awesome. I got the yarn to knit my own husband socks. They were just incredible. So here it is on.
Oh, you guys remember, these are the, oh, just a sec. These are the socks I did for Shane
Yes, yes.
in her yarn.
So here's the DK
Amazing.
on the white base. And so these are generously donated to our viewers or whatever. We of course bought our own skeins because we think you guys are going to love these for prizes and gifts, but they were just incredibly generous, and I'm so excited to cast on. Right? Like I really just want to get going.
Stripes fly off the needles, you guys, and with me obviously getting DK.
But don't you just love a color like this is going to remind us of that trip, right? This is their Nova Scotia color.
All of that.
All
it's
of it.
spectacular.
And I look at the minis marled in this one. The yarn's amazing, you guys. You will love it.
Here we go.
Oops. I mean, there was a giant goodie bag of stuff. Tracy. So if you guys aren't familiar, Fleece Artist is like, I think of them as like this iconic Eastern Canadian. Yeah. They've been in Dyer forever. They are out in Nova Scotia. This is a color called Cape Breton Tartan. So it's specifically to the area, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. That's where we were.
Yes. So beautiful.
Which is an island off of Nova Scotia. It's
Yes.
its own little thing. It's a big deal. It was stunningly beautiful. Stunningly beautiful. So thank you for all of these gorgeous skeins and spoiling us.
So this Kindness Matters. It's going to be a small photo, so you're going to have to look close. That colorway that Tracy showed with the teal right here,
Kindness Matters.
is right there. Look at it, you guys. Pink, a little bit of like that red,
wow.
yellow. That's amazing.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, I've said it a million times. I'm so weak when it comes to self-striping yarn. I love it so much. It is so much fun to knit. You can make it in color work. You can use it for mittens and hats and whatever you want. I know. Isn't that funny?
She took a photo of us on a balcony from the yarn truck. That's funny. I was just trying to find a photo of this knit up, but I couldn't. That's okay. It'll be a surprise.
Well, we could have taken pictures of David's feet,
Yeah,
but didn't.
So good.
So anyway, remember the name Timber Yarns because
We've got some fun stuff coming to our shop.
we do. We have lots of fun things planned with them. You already know. You already know them. But it's fun to be reminded of amazing Canadian makers.
Yeah.
Like all of this stuff is Canadian,
Yeah.
and that's really exciting for us.
Okay, let's talk about our cowl.
I
From-
just want to quickly say a quick thank you to Tracy for arranging all of that. That was not a normal day at the port.
No.
That was a really special celebration, and we will remember it forever.
Yeah, we are grateful
Also-
to be hosted.
We're coming back.
Yes.
We want to come back badly. So let's make something happen.
Oh,
Okay,
all
Jodi,
of that.
let's do it.
Mary Jane designed a Maritimes cowl.
You guys, we
based on some flags, some ship flags, some nautical flags.
again, so thoughtful with the group and the cruise we were on. You guys, we had a class with Mary Jane Mucklestone too.
I'm going to show you a photo.
Of what?
Just a class photo.
Okay, so this is the class project that we worked on. So we learned so much about color work and yarn and all the things. And then we got to work on this amazing new pattern.
Here we go. Mary Jane. Oh, there's the cowl in a couple different colors.
Oh yeah, it was amazing, so inspiring, so many samples, giant suitcase of colorwork
Yeah.
stuff.
It was so good.
But Mary Jane, like every second sentence is just like history of things, and she just knows it all. It was a really,
She's
really
a fabulous teacher. We
Oh,
learned
wow.
so much for her. But not only that, I mean, the stories and the wisdom, and she is a wealth of knowledge.
totally.
She spent so much time touring the Shetlands and just the witty stories she
Yeah.
had to tell. Her class was amazing.
Oh, off the charts amazing.
Yeah.
All of the classes. But Mary Jane specifically chose motifs found in the area, like it from the Maritimes. Like these
Yeah.
are things you'll find in historical patterns from the area. There's very rich history of color work, you know, people that had come over from other places in Europe and brought that with them. So you're going to find lots and lots of that stuff in the Maritimes.
You finished yours.
I have an FO. So, right.
Oh, it's beautiful. The wool. Let's start with first of all the pattern.
Okay.
It's stunning.
It is.
She put together such a thoughtful cowl.
It's cozy. I'm wearing it.
It's the perfect size.
Yeah.
But also pairing it with the yarn that she paired it with is incredible.
This
Another,
is worsted weight cowl. So you guys, it zooms off your needles.
if anyone's familiar, they know instantly when you say Journey Worsted
Don't
by
you feel
Julie Aslin.
ridiculous
Yes.
that we haven't knit with it before?
Yes, I do.
I found a new favorite yarn. It's
The-
one of the ones that it's like
It's round. It's bouncy. It's bouncy.
so springy, and I don't grab it and think, oh, non-superwash. Like there's
Is
no
it non-superwash?
yeah.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
It's 80% Rambouillet yarn, 20% Targhee. So a blend of two wools.
North American, spun in Canada.
It's so, like you said, round and bouncy and springy with the twist. It was a phenomenal choice for color work.
Look at the
I
twist.
think.
Find this yarn.
So Julie
Julie!
attendees got to choose two colors.
This is
When
so
they
far I got.
when they checked in, there was a giant table of Julie Aslin Journey worsted. It was so fun to see everybody, their eyes kind of go, ah, and they got to pick their colors. So everybody got two skeins for the class, and we just can't thank Julie and her team enough. The colors were amazing.
Amazing.
I ended up with brownstone and champignon mushroom, I guess. I know that's probably not right. I'm sorry, French people.
No, it is.
But here's what so brownstone, which I really fell in love with brownstone right away. And then of course I was worried. I actually wasn't sure this was a good enough contrast.
It is a bit of a lower contrast, but
Yeah.
boy, it's spectacular.
I love it.
This is the higher contrast, right?
So these are the colors that Mary Jane designed in, which I love.
I'm going to tell you what colors they are. Chrysocolla.
Chrysocolla.
This is a really beautiful blue.
Sort of like, yeah, I love it.
And then this cobalt is amazing. I am going to tell you the name in a second. Cobalt. It is cobalt.
It's beautiful.
And then this is Verdant.
Ooh, I love that one too.
It's a bit different. Just so you know, this one is Verdant, and then this is that other one.
Yeah.
So it's a bit different. I had an extra skein.
So
I thought we could put in our
pretty.
giveaways.
Yes. I would love to order more of this yarn. Journey also comes in sport and fingering, I think, this Journey base.
It's beautiful.
So there's and Coeur de Mai had all of it. So you can go support them if you like, or you can find it over at Julie Aslan for sure. Julie-Aslan.com. It is out of this world amazing. I knit most of this, about 2/3 of this, on our flight home.
Did you?
So it's worsted weight. I used a 5mm needle.
I didn't see you. That's why I'm surprised.
I know, we were split up.
That's okay.
That's
the bone and joint.
Oh, go.
I'm going to go just take it. I just have to
Sure.
change it. Appointment.
Sure. So the good news, I know you've fallen in love with this design, you guys. It is coming out, I think, tomorrow. We are going to have a coupon code for you, and I will pass that along. You're going to save on the pattern from Mary Jane. Thank you so much. But I already want to knit another one. It was so speedy. The colors that I chose are actually favorite colors of someone in my life. And I'm very tempted to give this as a Christmas gift. But I think I might just make another one. What do you think? It was super speedy. Like, I can't even get over how springy it just so lovely. And there was lots left over, and I did not swatch, so that's, the 5mm needle felt really good with my tension, and I'm glad I didn't have to worry about running out of yarn. But there's the inside. I know everybody likes to see floats, but I just fell in love with it. I hope one day that it's just got so much memory. It's got a lot of really great memories, and so all of us are going to have these cruise memories knit into it. And I would love to make mittens like this too. I mean, I guess you could measure your gauge and just put it into like a mitten pattern if you want. Like, you could totally, but your colors, all the color choices will make this look so different. There was like neon yellowy acidy green and very bright orange, and there was so many bright colors and darks and kind of like a dark charcoal and a undyed. Like, they're all gonna look so different.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I might give this one for Christmas and knit a different one.
Put it in your Christmas.
How nice to be done.
God. We're done Christmas knitting.
There you go. Done. Wouldn't that be great?
Have you thought of
I could just
knitting?
knit like 10 of these.
They're
so fast.
I just want to say one more time, you guys, and we have no stock in it. The yarn is crazy amazing.
The whole time. Quentin says, what's your favorite cast off for cowls? You definitely want to be careful because you don't want to make it stiff. I just used a regular Passover knit cast off because that's what was in the pattern, but I made sure that I was kind of keeping those stitches loose. You really giving it a little bit of extra yarn. But there's lots of stretchy cast offs out there. And also, if this was a 1x1 rib, I love that Italian sewn bind off. There's Icelandic bind offs. I love that kind of stuff.
When I bind off something that I have to be mindful of the stretchiness, I knit one and then pass one over, just the regular one. I do that once, and then the next one is I knit one and then knit two through the back loop.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
And then knit one and then pass one over, and then knit one and then knit through the back loop.
Lots of shawls will have that as a bind off, and I think that's a really good thing to just use it on a cowl too.
I feel like if you use that for every stitch though, you get flaring. That's why I do just one single pass one over bind off, and then I do a stretchy
I mean, you could change your needle size too if you get flaring.
Yes.
But it's fun to just try that. If you like it, great. If not, rip it out.
Okay, so
I'm keeping it on.
There was a moment in the class that I thought was really fun, and this was Tracy when she was talking to Mary Jane about her vest that she knit. So Tracy's wearing it, and she's talking, you know, because you had a couple.
Because I'm like, I think I screwed up this part, and I think I screwed up that part.
So this is them like looking at it and talking about, oh, these are like motifs of hers.
And I said to her, well, I did this, but what's, you know, should I have done that? And I got to talk through a few things. And ultimately, you guys, that pattern, just follow what it says. How much do you love that picture?
I know.
Jodi's like, we're not leaving until we get a picture of you guys in your vests.
You cannot.
And I should thank you for that because I love that picture. I think it turned out really, really great. And it does show how much, like, how proud I am of my vest and how much I love it.
I really
you should make that something like that for yourself.
I'm totally making
you
it.
would love it.
Yeah.
It's really a fun project. If you like color work, it's a really fun project. It doesn't take as long as you think because there's no sleeves. But once you get up to the whole, like, I'm going to add in a steek and I'm going to do this, it's also just super fun. And to knit, I would knit it again tomorrow. I would cast it on tomorrow and I would just follow every little bit in there.
Yeah.
And Mary Jane does say, you know, secure your steek in the method you prefer. And it doesn't take very long. Your steeks are only like this long on the vest.
I love a
Just do it.
I love a straight stockinette item that you can just get into and not worry about. But there's also that that exciting adventure when you start an item like this, where it's like, I have to do this, and then wait, I have to do the next step. Wait, I have to read through it, and I have to do something different. There's so many moments in that vest that are really fun when you're making an item.
Not the ribbing at the bottom.
Well,
that's
no.
the part where you're like putting in the grueling knitting work. But also, I don't mind a 1x1 rib, but it's like, oh, that's the part where you're like in the steep part of the climb for me.
Okay, you've got your eyes closed in this, so I won't really worry about that. But look at Mary Jane. She was in it for like full ribbing.
Oh, I know. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Right? Comparatively.
So actually, this is the reason Mary Jane's ribbing is so long is that style of vest, you can tuck it into your pants, like it's just for warmth. I think it's like because these are like layers. Like people wear these for a layer. So hers is that way specifically, not just for a look, but also for like a practical purpose and how those things are worn traditionally.
Renee, I see you, nurse.
That's right.
Like, these women were amazing.
I know. Everybody was so great.
So
next, thank you, Mary Jane. And everybody keep your eye out for the Maritimes Cowl. You're going to be able to knit it right away.
Love it.
Go get some Julie Aslin yarn. You're going to die. Maybe we're the last ones to know. We probably are.
It's probably her original base. It's probably how she started.
Next time we see Julie, like at Knit City, I'll have to get like Journey Sport or something and make a
Do you think we'll
make
see
a
her
vest.
in New York?
I don't know.
She's like closer to New York than we are.
That's true.
Anyway, look at the gift we got.
I brought mine.
Cheeky.
I love sweary gifts.
Looks like it's fuck this shit o'clock. I'll say it quietly just in case there's small ears. How cute, but
yeah. I love a pouch. This is the perfect thing to shove in your like purse for when
I truly love this size of bag. It is Knit Two Together, KTOG, is the bag maker. Cute.
And this is for all my French friends.
What does it say?
It says merde. Shit always sounds better in French.
Oh, that is so cute.
It's very
This was very
sweet.
thoughtful. Was that Gigi?
Maria.
Maria.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Maria.
And I love yellow. How much do I
yeah.
love yellow and pink?
So Maria was so sweet.
Everybody was.
And just remembering, like, as you bring up these
So
names, I'm
many
like,
memories
she had
with
beautiful
everybody.
knits. And she made a connection. There was a group of them that knit together, and like, I bet you are going to see each other again.
I think so too. too. And I do feel like that's one of the best things about anytime you go somewhere where there's lots of makers, like you do make connections and now you know someone in another city and maybe you'll see each other one day at somewhere else. So
Look at this, you guys.
Jodi.
I had to. It is a Cubo bag? No.
Yeah.
Cubo bag. This style originated with the custom bag at Magpie Fibres.
Oh, did it?
I think I could be wrong.
I think you're right. Theirs is patchy, right?
Yeah.
Like theirs is all the patches.
But it's the perfect like two skein kind of.
It's a great bag.
But the color,
I know.
it's blowing out because it's that neon.
Did you see in her stories yesterday they had a metallic fuchsia
No.
pampa? I bought it.
You did?
I don't have anything in this kind of color from them, like the really neon-y kind of.
I love it.
Anyway, we'll see what like metallic fuchsia.
I loved this since she originally came out with it. It was a West Knits. They had the yellow. You got me the yellow. I use it all the time at home.
Oh,
It kind of sits as like
the
a
biggie, the XL
Yes.
pampa. Yeah. Jodi, they're
but
so
anyway,
good.
Yeah, I love it.
Jodi, that's a great.
I couldn't
That's a
resist.
great bag. I use my Cubo. You bought me a Cubo and yellow,
Actually,
and I love that
Oh.
bag. I use it all the time.
it's a good size, you
Yeah.
guys. I mean,
Yeah.
we talk about
But the fuchsia?
Hohi and Co.
I can't even.
Yeah. We were gifted bags.
Yes.
She made these bags.
I guess she knew we were going to be on the ship.
She was
This
on the
is
ship.
someone that just knew we were on the cruise and she was on the
Yep.
cruise, and so she was very sweet. Popped into the class. I felt bad we didn't get more of a chance to chat.
She made us bags with linen, and mine has cat fabric.
It's Sue of Software Designs right here. You can go check her out. But I love the linen-y.
Okay, you guys, and this bag,
Mine's sheepy and yours is catty.
this opens very large.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you a good. It's a beautiful bag.
It had tons of room.
Drawstrings.
But it's also like so soft and floppy, you can squish it and shove it in things, which I really love.
Oh, it is such a beautiful bag.
It is gorgeous. So thank you, Sue. It
Thank
was
you.
So nice meeting you. Oh yeah, the little tab ends.
Yeah. It's cute.
See, I love it.
And it opens really nice and big.
I wonder if it's like those little Japanese style bags.
It's cute.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cute.
I love the.
You guys, the haul we're bringing you today is awesome. I loved seeing the. I wish we could have brought one of
so
everything
many new
home.
makers. I know, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we had
Also,
got lots of fun things.
this was the second yarn store in Portland that we went to.
No, Halifax.
Halifax. Yes.
So we went from Sydney, Nova Scotia, around and down to Halifax on our way to the U.S. So now we're out in the Atlantic Ocean, and it got kind of like
No, this is Port Fiber. No.
no.
What's
So
this?
we went to that's Port Fiber.
This is Port
You
Fiber.
put yarn from Port Fiber in there.
Okay.
So now we went to Halifax, and as one of the things sort of on our like, hey knitters, you might want to go check this out. We gave a little list and said, you guys want to do a yarn crawl? We're going to all meet at one shop, and then if you want to continue on or do other things, because there's so much to see and do in Halifax. I didn't want to come home and say that I just saw yarn shops.
I know.
But it was really, really fun to see all these yarn shops. And people might think, oh, you've seen one yarn shop, you've seen them all. And I totally couldn't disagree more. I think they're all their own unique little soul, depending on the community and who's stocking them and what's going on in there. I just think they're all so unique and different. And
totally agree.
they're all worth your time to go visit and support.
I'm going to show a couple of photos while we're talking about it. We started at LK Yarns, and we took an Uber, got a Starbucks,
Yeah,
and
right across
walked
the street.
into the sweetest brick. I would have loved to have known or be able to
shit.
visualize what that building was originally, because it had so much history in the block that we were on.
Yeah,
There
was
was
the
that giant
cutest.
explosion in Halifax.
Yes.
And the neighborhood right behind LK Yarns just happens to be the first neighborhood it was the first redevelopment neighborhood after the explosion.
Right.
But the street that she was on, the block right behind it, her yarn shop survived.
It had
Not yarn, but the store survived.
So much character. It was really a beautiful street. And she's a yarn shop that's like one of those ones where you're like it's like a treasure chest, right? Like the more you poke around, the more you find.
She had a lot.
A lot of beautiful
Beautiful.
things in
Yeah.
there. It was a great shop, and I am so glad we got a chance to visit. What did you end up getting there?
I think I forgot my skein of yarn because I don't
Okay.
see it here. I'll have to bring it next time.
I bought felted tweed. She had so much woolly wool, some beautiful wool. And after being at Fleece and Harmony, I must have had felted tweed on the brain. And I saw that now felted tweed has, I'm so out of it, you guys. They've got felted tweed color. So it's color changing. There's multicolors in here. I imagine this would be phenomenal in color work in a yoke or something.
I would imagine also a shawl from start to finish and just watch it
So
change
pretty.
and fade. Yeah.
So I just imagined color work of some
We're
kind.
imagining a lot with this yarn.
Totally. We got it going on. Apparently I had a color palette. What is wrong with me? So I bought these colors. This one is just original felted tweed and it's color 210. I don't know what it is. It's kind of a mushroomy grayish brown. And then this
Champignon.
Champignon. It's always. Now this is felted tweed color in shade 22. So it's very berries and warm rusty tones. And I just think, you know, like those little cowls that are like a tube, you know? Like that Andrea Mowry framed cowl.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Frame your face or whatever
Yeah,
it's called. Something like this would totally work. This is a sport weight yarn. They call it DK, but you can get DK weight gauge, but you can absolutely put this in a sport weight-ish.
Feels thin.
Swatch it out, right?
Yeah,
Like see
yeah.
what you can get. I think this is treasure. I'm so happy. And I also got at the till, she had a little basket of buttons. I love buttons more than I love
buttons.
knitting
How
cardigans.
did you say that? I think my buttons are at the bottom of this bag.
So this is by Incomparable Buttons, and it's giving employment to women in South Africa. It's buttonmad.com.
oh God, and I love supporting.
How great is that? So I bought these buttons, and now I'm going to have to make a cardigan to go with them, or whatever.
Felted tweed
You
cardigan.
can put buttons on cowl, like you can do lots of things. But I thought this sort of paley blue and the toffee color were such a good combo.
Probably in here. Oh my God. Okay, buttons. Perfect. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you guys,
Oh, those were Port Fiber buttons.
we're not at Port Fiber yet, but
No.
I just thought of it.
We're still in Halifax.
God. Okay.
We're on a yarn crawl.
So next we go to Knitted Wit
No, loop.
Loop.
We didn't
We didn't
actually
go to
make
Knitted
it
Wit.
our date. We ended up having lunch. Had a break instead.
But apparently Knitted Wit, you guys, we just ran out of time.
Yeah.
Was an excellent yarn store.
The knitters loved it.
The
Had a
knitters
great
loved
visit.
it.
Had a great
yes,
visit.
Yes, yes, yeah. Okay, so the loop, you guys. She was so sweet.
That was a very cool yarn job.
That was a cool yarn shop. I'm gonna get a couple.
Also, they were all cool yarn jobs.
This is us getting really excited to go into the loop.
Yes. They had beautiful inspiration as far as samples goes. They had the world's longest scarf.
This is just a small portion of it, and it goes all across. The woman who knit it passed away,
Oh.
but the family contacted her and said, "Would you like to have this in your store?" And she said, "I absolutely do."
It was a really cool shop.
Yes.
It was really beautiful.
There she is.
Yay.
Oh, just wait, Mary Jane. She's like, wait. Mary Jane is going to be in the picture in just a sec. There she is. Yeah, it was a really nice shop. She was very engaging. She was excited we were there.
Yeah. Both ladies were. It was a super fun visit and a really cool little area. And we were starving after that. So we said to her, where should we go for lunch? And she said, well, 2 doors down is this awesome bakery cafe. And she said, it's actually our original location. We moved from there.
Is it called
And-
the Bird's Nest?
And she said for 40 years before that, it was a bathhouse.
A gay bathhouse.
Yeah. So she said there's like so much history. And we were like, oh my gosh, of course we want to go to a local bakery
Where
cafe.
did the gay bathhouse move to?
Well, they had to actually find that information out because
Yeah.
there was a lot of people showing up at the door going, yarn? That's not what
So funny.
that's not what I expected. So it was really fun. Even these short little visits, you got to meet great people and have really fun memories, right?
Yeah.
And then we walked back to the ship after that and ended up just finding chairs right on the water's edge near the port and sat and knit with
It was
Vincent and Mary
nice.
Jane.
It was so nice. Okay, what did you buy? Did you buy?
I bought
So Manos del Uruguay, it's a South American yarn.
I love this yarn.
And what I love about this, you guys, is it tells you who spun it. Because this is hand spun.
And they do the same for, I think, dyeing. Like all them, you'll see your Manos will be
Yes.
signed by people that have made your product. It's a really important collective supporting people.
So this is called, it's 100% superwash merino. It is K201 tobacco. So maybe tobacco. But this is one of the colorways, and it was so amazing. They had so many of them.
It's so soft, this one too. Like it's crazy
So
soft.
beautiful.
So it's kind of one of those hand spun-esque looking yarns.
Oh, Mara. Sorry,
And
it's Mara.
And you can put it in anything. And it just knits up beautifully by itself.
So
but you can put
beautiful.
it in color work, and you can, sub it for any of those color changing yarns. You can do whatever you want. They had a little sample of the Sophie scarf knit up in this insanely soft yarn. This is by Handmaiden. They actually picked these skeins up that morning from Handmaiden Studio. So this is very local. It's 100, so it's 65% cashmere, 35% silk.
You will
Look
not
at the luster.
believe the softness.
Oh,
It is 50 grams, 180 meters, and it's hand dyed in Canada.
so a really special skein. One skein will make they had a Sophie scarf knit up in it. And it felt, everybody
This
wants
color
something this soft at some point.
is Radiant Orchid.
Ooh.
You guys you can only imagine the softest kitten you've ever pet is this.
Yeah, the softest kitten you've ever pet is like sandpaper compared to this.
Right.
This is so,
Picture softer.
it's not,
Picture softer.
not possible to describe. That's getting close.
Look at these two colors together. Would
Isn't
be
that pretty?
fabulous.
It was really hard to choose. I just love a one skein project. This is one of those luxury skeins. But I do think those little tiny projects that
This is yours.
oh, thank you. Don't you think though, these little tiny
Yes.
projects that are sort of luxury, like a really treat to have or a treat to gift to someone really special,
That's why I love
even when it's you.
it was special that this was dyed right down the street.
Yes.
It was so local. It's 50 Canadian dollars
Yeah. So
for this skein.
20 US dollars.
But a little one skein is going to be
If
spectacular.
you're out in Halifax, it is a great souvenir yarn because it is
Yeah.
so local.
Yeah, I love that.
But all of the shops that we got a chance to pop into were awesome. I also bought,
How is your nose not running? Because of the cold.
I don't know, this awesome little stitching kit by Hook, Line, and Tinker. And they are also out that way. And they also, I did not know this because our local yarn shop carries Hook, Line, and Tinker too. But I've never really bought one yet, which is crazy. So I saw the sheep and couldn't resist. And Hook, Line, and Tinker donates 5% of their profits to help women and children experiencing homelessness. So local and a wonderful cause, and also just a beautiful kit. This is a complete kit. Hoop, fabric, needles, everything. And in mine,
If it doesn't have it all, I'm not going to get it.
and I just love this. It's black and white. Listen, I love this.
I
I'm
love that you're
totally-
adding to your collection of never going to knit or never going to stitch.
Thank you, Jodi. And now, of course, I'm going to do it just to prove you wrong. Beautiful.
I'm not remembering the shop owner's name at the Loop.
Well, there was Mimi, and I want to say Morgan.
Her mom makes these bags for the Loop.
I don't want to be wrong. I want to get that right.
They're branded for the Loop. This is a Seagulls, but it's Seagulls smoking cigars.
That's hilarious.
No, a pipe or eating a sardine. But it is the cutest little bag. Look at what it does when you're not using it. Kind of just like,
That's really cute. I love the black denim too.
isn't that cute?
Yes, super cute.
So beautifully
It
made.
is Mimi and Morgan.
So beautifully made. And there's another pocket on the inside. It is giant. Not giant. Good size.
It's giant. No, wait a minute.
No, because when I say giant, I don't want you, because some people are like, no, it's a really beautiful bag. Like a sweater bag.
Yes.
Or a cute little purse for the day.
Right. And a satin and it just looks cute with the colors, but then when you look closer, it's hilarious, right?
I love it.
Yeah, me too, Joe. Good call.
She showed me, and I'm like, well, it has to come home with me.
Right.
I love it so much.
So we were loving the whole Eastern thing, right? The Maritimes, we felt so at home and we wanted to stay. And then we crossed the border into the U.S. and stopped in Portland, Maine.
So beautiful.
We were so excited about
Mary
this.
Jane's hometown. So we arranged, didn't think of it ahead of time, but arranged midweek that Mary Jane would get off the boat and not have to travel back by bus.
Yeah.
So
that was awesome.
Perfect.
I think that was great.
Portland is stunning. We actually got a total tour from Mary Jane. She took us to her house.
Spoiled.
She took us to the oldest lighthouse on the island. No, it was Portland's not on an island. The oldest lighthouse in the area.
Right. And I love the driving through all the neighborhoods to see people's homes, like just different. It's different. Things are different out east. It's just all constructed a little bit differently. Lots of brick, lots of tall, skinny houses. It was really, really cool. I loved Portland. It was, everywhere you looked, there were little independent businesses and art, like murals everywhere, and photography studios and pottery places, and those kind of things to me I love that kind of stuff.
This is walking up to the lighthouse.
And of course, as Westerners, we were like, we're not going to the coast and Maine without having a lobster roll. So
look at this.
Lobster rolls for lunch in Portland.
You guys.
Which were phenomenal.
What is I'm taking a picture of? Oh, our guys went for Kentucky KFC at my parents'. Oh, we were away. That's so funny.
We had great lunch at a bite of Maine. You had a burger. Listen, the menu was phenomenal.
Burger.
Clam chowder, lobster bisque, lobster rolls.
People aren't going for the burgers, but I don't eat seafood, so I had a burger. It was terrific.
I don't normally eat lobster, but I'm not going to not order. Yeah. Of course you had to get it. It was it was so delicious. I had lobster like 3 times last week because we were out east.
But before we went for lobster rolls, the first thing we did, we got off the boat, we went straight to Port Fibre.
Beeline. Couldn't wait.
Straight to Port Fibre. It was amazing.
We had been chatting through email with Casey since the summer, and I could not wait to go. I mean, what a
shop.
And like I said, like a shop that has their own personality, their own little soul. So different. And when it says fiber, like there is so much felting,
these
spinning.
Are kits. You can get these flat kits.
Felting, spinning, weaving.
Look at the bats.
There was a group in there having like a spin morning session. They were at the wheels.
This is funny.
Doing their spinning.
You're keeping your cowl on because you're freezing.
I am.
A felted cat.
Thank God I finished my cowl. And then Casey was just...
They were spinning.
The best host and the most lovely human. And the shop is so special.
This guy, his name is Ray. He was almost like an ambassador of the store. He was there for the bi-monthly spinning group, but he made these treasure of buttons.
And that's the first thing I picked up in the shop when I came in. I bought these
they were bronze buttons.
Little tiny, he uses metal, what's it called? Something metal clay or whatever. So once he fires it, you're just left with the metal. Like people make jewelry out of it and stuff, but he's got all these little textured buttons.
Mm-hmm. Cooper Designs is his.
Oh, is it?
Well, it says that on the back of them, but his name was Ray.
Yeah.
He was awesome. They were spinning, cones. Amazing cones, Harrisfield tweed cones. They had a lot of Harrisfield tweed.
They had such good wool. Like for all kinds of things, for the weaving and the spinning and the felting and the
Look at the little
knitting.
animals.
There was plants everywhere. Like it was the warmest, most colorful.
A gathering area.
Cozy.
She dies. Oh. James Watts doing a big kick. Love it.
I love that.
There she is.
Casey.
You guys, it was fantastic.
We have a lot of selfies with Vincent.
I think we should do a flip thing with Vincent. 'Cause we were with
we'll
each
make
other.
a little video
Yeah.
and send it. I got a little Maine stitch marker. It says Wicked Good in the shape of Maine. Actually, when we were in Boston, like in one day, I heard 3 or 4 people say Wicked something.
Really wicked. That's
Yeah, like
awesome.
yeah. But I just thought, yeah, it's adorable.
Their accent is
I could have
amazing.
just sat in a restaurant and listened to people from
Yeah.
Boston talk all day.
yeah.
Oh,
Ha,
and a
ha,
little. You and I both
ha.
got a needle gauge.
Yes.
I love those little things for
And you can remember.
souvenirs.
They do also have their own spin cycle yarn, so you can't not get it. They actually have 2 colors, and the darker one is called Night Bloom, and the lighter one is Safety Meeting.
They're awesome.
This is Night Bloom, very green, blues, a little bit of pinks and oranges. It's really, really
Jodi,
beautiful.
I love it. I love collecting shop exclusive colors. So if you want these, you can only get them at Port Fibre.
Yeah.
You can't go to Spin Cycle or anywhere else to get them. So of course that was my souvenir. I bought Spin Cycle Wilder, this one, which is their 100% American wool. It's sport weight, but in a natural color.
I hadn't seen that
Yeah,
in person.
super like springy, also springy, woolly, bouncy, non-superwash, which I love. And this is also the Night Bloom. And our new friend Diana from Toronto, one night on the ship, wore her Metamorphic sweater by Andrea Mowry. And it's 1 round stripes, so striping these alternating
It's beautiful.
in single rounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's a round yoke, I think, construction with a 1 slip stitch down the sleeve and the front and back of the sweater. It looked so good.
She had, yeah.
And I've wanted to make that for a long time, but she made it look amazing. So that's what this is going to be, a Metamorphic. Portland Metamorphic. Port Fibre.
You should cast that on. Do you have a
Okay.
do you have a sweater on your needles?
No, well, I have something. I have actual knitting to share too.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
One more thing.
I'm so grateful I had so much to fill in and talk about.
Well,
we
we
still
had
have to talk about Vincent's class.
We had
Oh no, we showed it. Never mind.
we had so much knitting stuff to share from our classes.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people wanted to hear about what we did and where we went. And it's very yarn
It's
heavy.
a really good mashup.
I hope people are enjoying this little walk down memory lane because, you know, I think people wonder, you know, what happens. And,
Yeah.
and of course we want to share how much fun it was with everybody.
Another thing I wanted to mention is this is real treasure. It's 100% cashgora.
Oh, yeah,
and
so
it's a
good.
specific type of goat. It's not cashmere, but it's because cashmere's goat, right? But it's cashgora. It's kind of like between Angora and cashmere mashed. If you think it.
Also beyond soft.
I got a really dark color, so it's going to be really hard to see. But what this is all, it's a collective of women that they are supporting.
in Turkey, right?
Yes. And
It's very, very
you
special.
get the information on the yardage. Everyone is going to be a little bit different, but you also get the information on the beautiful woman who has spun this yarn
Yeah.
for you. Actually, Casey is she's a distributor. She has it in her store. But if anybody in a yarn shop would like to carry this,
yes,
Casey can help you get that.
It's very luxurious. They had lots of samples knit up, and again, it's sort of like fingering and sport and DK, but one skein, you guys. This is a great one skein project, and also an amazing thing to support these local artisans that are making this yarn. It's really one of those things that you just
and then
love
you get,
to support.
Yeah, you guys, this to me is treasure.
It is treasure, Jodi.
treasure.
I'm so glad you
Yeah,
got that.
I love it.
And of course, if you can go to Port Fibre and get that online anytime, you guys.
Yeah.
It would be awesome to see local yarn shops reach out to Casey and go, hey, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
And I'd love to carry that.
Love that.
I think that might be, so that was sort of, and then Port Fibre, Portland was a great day. It really was an amazing day, right? Getting our little tour and the yarn shops and the awesome lunch. And then we went back on the ship just to go to sleep because we were in Portland till like 8:30 p.m. Everybody had dinner, did their own thing.
Yeah.
We went back up. We had dinner on the ship and our Pinnacle Grill. We had a really nice dinner that night, the fancy dinner. And then after that, we went upstairs and knit for
With
a little
Sandy
while.
and Renee.
Yes.
Vincent, Sandy, and Renee.
that was another sort of one of those things that just happened unexpectedly. It was so much fun to not plan things and just kind of go with it and just eat wherever.
Miss Sherry.
Aw, Sherry. We can't go on cruises anymore without Sherry. She's
No.
been on both cruises.
Yeah.
It's a must.
We'll let you know where we're going next,
There
Sherry.
you go, Sherry. Maybe we should be roomies.
Yes.
She'd be like, no, thanks. So we had a great dinner and then a great last knit up in the crow's nest at bedtime. And then we woke up in Boston and everybody's getting off the boat.
Oh, wait to say goodbye.
I know.
Boston poured. Rain. But that's okay.
Sweater weather.
So what we do is we go we drop our luggage, get an umbrella, and jump on the train to Salem, Mass.
Well, it was Saturday morning and we're like, we're hungry. We want to go for brunch.
Oh, shoot.
Remember?
Shoot.
So we were like wandering around with umbrellas going, what the heck? They recommended a really great little lunch spot. So the next thing we know, we're in the harbor area with our hotel. And there's like, oh yeah, 15 minutes away, put it in Google Maps. We're going to go to this brunch spot. Well, it was tiny and it was Saturday morning and there was an hour lineup. And we were hungry and cranky. So we kind of
We ended up walking for half an hour anyway.
We could have waited.
Yeah, we did.
So ultimately, we did wait again at another place. We found Theo's Cozy Restaurant in Boston's North End.
In Little Italy?
It's like the size of your living room.
Yes.
It was so quaint and so cute. And we're like, you're jammed shoulder to shoulder with your neighbors.
If I farted, it would have been in the guy's face. That's so
Totally.
gross that I just said that.
No, but we were
because
up at the bar.
I'm
and
not kidding you. His face was probably 8 inches from my butt.
It was diner style, which I love because like you watching everybody cooking. The food was out of this world.
Excellent.
Some of the best coffee. It was for sure the best coffee I had all week.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
An amazing latte.
And everybody was just fun. You're talking in line and meeting everybody. And he makes his own hot sauce, which was like holy mama. That was really hot.
Yeah.
But a great eggs Benedict.
Great eggs Benedict.
So that's how we start. We got fueled up, and then we're like, we're going to Salem. We're gonna go check it out, see what Salem's all about.
Salem was really touristy. This one, well,
Super.
listen, just the one street we were on was very touristy. I get it. It was the whole witch thing. It was so fun to
there's
be
so
there.
much actual history there.
Yes.
We
got on a trolley.
Yeah, I would say save your money on the trolley
I would do
tour.
the walking tour.
Yeah,
we should
totally.
have, but it rained, so we thought
It
trolley.
was a little rainy. How about this? We go into a tourist shop to buy a T-shirt in Salem, and somebody goes, "Oh my God, you're the grocery girl."
And she wasn't even from there, so we met a fellow knitter.
She was Nitty Witch. She goes,
Yes.
"I'm Nitty Witch," and listen, people are walking around Salem dressed like witches. It was great.
Yeah, it was fun.
We had a ball.
I'd like to be there for October 31st.
Me too. The whole month would be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to do a walking tour. I would love to go into things like that we didn't get to go into. It's totally worth the time if any of that is your interest. There was a beautiful museum I would have gone through that had a really cool exhibit on magic and stuff like that. I think that stuff's really fun, but I also enjoy the history part of it. The homes, some of the homes in that area were out of this world beautiful. There was a food truck festival going on in the park, and it was pouring. It was really too bad. But we had dumplings and donuts. So
We did.
and then we Ubered back home with a big box of donuts and had Uber Eats in our hotel room. It was great.
It was really good.
And then we got up at the crack of dawn to go to the airport.
Okay, that was 2:00 in the morning, Edmonton time.
You know, as we're having dinner, Jeff goes, "What time were you up at?" I said, "Well, 4 a.m., but really 2 a.m. now that I'm here."
It's the worst.
I was tired.
I'd rather take a red eye at night.
I didn't find it the worst, Jodi.
Oh,
I
it's
loved
the
getting home.
worst.
2:30 in the afternoon, we got home.
Yeah, I
3
don't
o'clock.
care. I'd get home at 9 at night. We're different. I'll go. I'll do it. No problem. But you know me, I love to just not get up early.
Well, I don't love getting up early either. But I also, hi, Miss Ellie.
So it was great. It was a great way to cap off the end of a week. We were still like talking like, oh, do you remember this? Do you remember this? And
Hi.
it was good.
Hi.
Dr. Joyce had a birthday, 65th birthday.
We had 2 birthdays.
We had, yes.
Deborah Ann had a birthday.
Deborah Ann had a birthday.
There was a wedding anniversary. Like, it was a really awesome awesome, awesome, awesome time.
Yeah.
It was, it was just so great.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody for making it such an amazing time for us.
We had fun bringing you these memories and showing you all the treasures we have. I don't have anything else. I do have a couple of things to show, but
I have one more. Okay, do you want to see my knitting
Yes.
or should I wait?
No,
Okay.
always.
Before we left, I asked I'm thrilled to be test knitting something for Hohi. She's got a vest pattern coming out. It's called the Sailoress top. And it's knit in this gorgeous DK weight linen cotton blend. But I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to knit mine in wool so I can wear it all winter. It's kind of, I'm on my vest kick. I feel like I need more vests. So I wound up my yarn and I swatched and I was ready to go. And it was the only project that I took with me on our trip. And when I was working it, I thought to myself, I've chosen the wrong yarn for this texture. It's not showing it as well as I thought. I love the yarn.
What did you have? Sorry.
I had sort of a woolen spun, fluffier yarn. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's totally obvious.
Yeah.
And so I came home and I was looking for DK to make this thing. And you know what I came across? Rowan felted tweed.
You didn't.
Rowan felted tweed. This is color 165, which is an oldie but a goodie. I think it's called Scree.
Oh, it's like.
So it's got this beautiful tweed.
But is it gray? Is it bluish? Very bluey.
Right.
It's beautiful.
I'm thinking it's more blue than gray, but I think it's
I do
going to
too.
read either way. And
that's
so
so
last
nice.
night I started knitting. I even got up early this morning to knit. I'm loving it so much. This is a huge difference. This is the back of the vest.
The whole back is a cable?
No. But so you can totally see the
Yes.
texture now, right? This is faux cable.
Let me see.
It's just increases and decreases on both sides. And if you look at the picture, so like these outside cables sections will be shorter and then you stop this and then the other one goes a little bit longer and then I think ultimately you just end up with the middle one all the way down. It is
that's beautiful.
so fun.
What
and I'm
beautiful yarn.
loving
What's
like the yarn
needle
choice.
size?
3.75.
Nice.
Nice means never. I've disconnected from you already. I'm not even listening.
Totally.
But you guys, it really is now to me clicking. Like this is it. I love it.
Okay, that's fun. This would be really good to see.
I think so.
Wearing it over like a crisp white blouse and jeans.
Totally. And it's going to be so good with jeans or black and that's pretty much all I wear.
Yeah.
I would knitting this, I just think to myself, I should have some felted tweed in the stash
Fucking frozen.
for a sweater. I'm cold too.
Okay, so
Now I'm cold. My feet are like ice cubes. I can't feel them.
good thing I wore
Do
my
I have
Ugg
feet?
slippers.
I don't know.
You're wearing open clogs.
And bare feet.
Oh my god.
I know. Anyway, this
beautiful.
is it.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Trust me.
There was a couple things I wanted to show because there was a couple of amazing patterns that got released this week.
Okay.
And I'm feeling like one of them. Oh, my mobile cat groomer just texted me.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
What do your cats get done?
Well, just two of them get like a blowout.
Of course they do.
Well, like a de-shedding blowout.
Okay.
And then Frisk gets cut. Because he mats.
He gets the lion cut?
Yeah, it's hilarious. So Caitlin Hunter. I don't want to sign in.
Okay, that comes out today.
I know. That's why I want to show it.
That's awesome.
Spectacular patterns.
I don't even know what it's called.
I do. It's called Bergman.
Ah.
Bergman. Here it is.
I would love to make it.
You guys, it's worsted.
I know.
Why does it?
I know. Doesn't that stupid?
Just a minute.
I guess you could just tap.
Bergman.
I love a good graphic color work yoke like that. And it's got the little detail on the cuffs. I love that.
So
That's
good.
beautiful. Okay, tell me what you would make with, what color do you see?
I see a spin cycle yarn for the top.
Do you?
It's worsted. It's made for their worsted. And I don't, I mean, I see hers and then it's amazing.
She has big test knits, so you're going to be able to see lots of options.
This one I saw on Instagram, you guys. It's ridiculously spectacular.
Ooh.
She knit, I think, she knit each round, which is, you know, the blocks in a different color. So this looks like color changing yarn, but she put her whole palette together where she was just knitting each block in the like one round a different color. No,
wow.
Each 3 rounds or 3 or 4 rounds, however many rounds make up a block, she changed color.
That's so creative and beautiful.
Isn't that amazing?
And scrappy.
Okay. So
right? I love a scrappy.
This is the opposite of Caitlin's, which is the black is the dominant main color, and then the light is...
What color? Is that like a light? Is it a cream or a minty? Cream?
Might be cream.
It looks beautiful. I love a graphic, like play on black and white or black and cream.
Look at this model.
I was talking to someone yesterday, and we were like, what about fingering and mohair for the color work? And I was like, yeah.
You know what I instantly thought, because I didn't have enough for the main color? I thought spin cycle and then fingering and mohair for the body.
Oh, and I was thinking the opposite.
Like
fingering and mohair for the color work and a wool for the... And Amanda says, add sparkles. Of course.
Anyway, this is spectacular.
You and I both wore sparkly knits on the cruise because for some reason, we feel like sparkles are cruise wear, which of course they are. And lots of people were like, oh my gosh, the whole sparkle thing. Like,
people were like, I
think more people are going to be casting on sparkles.
Isolde came out with a new hat. It's called Linocut.
It is so cute.
It's a DK hat, you guys.
That's so cute.
Very Scandinavian with that flower pattern.
That's pretty.
But isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but also there's a Bergman hat. If you guys just want to start and use that even as your swatch,
right?
You guys.
That's so smart. And look how cute it looks as an outfit.
Right.
Come on.
I love a matching moment, you guys.
Come on. That reminds me, that's like Scandinavian to me.
Right.
When you have your matching colorwork hat and your sweater.
Right.
Maybe your mittens or your leg warmers.
Jessie Maid came out with a really cute sport tee. I mean, I'm not picturing it cropped, but I am.
I love that photo.
I am picturing just knitting it longer and have a tee, but this is really cute.
That's amazing. One that came out just before we left and I purchased and I love.
Hibernate Pullover by Amy Starr.
That's what that's called?
No, this isn't. It is Fingering and Mohair, you guys, by Amy Schur.
Oh, I love her patterns.
Right?
Love.
Beautiful V-neck, you guys.
And when I hear her talk about her design choices, like fit is a very important component of that.
Yes.
I still need to get knitting her stuff because I love it. So the one that I bought, because I'm just, again, helpless with stripes, is the 1999 pullover by Jen Geigley.
Oh, I love this.
And it is also worsted weight. And is that right? Yeah. So she used Modern Daily Knitting's, their wool atlas, and it comes in, I think, 50-gram skeins, so you can get a whole bunch of colors.
Yeah.
It is actually inspired by those Gap sweaters that they used to have in their ads. I love it. Maybe that's when I started loving stripes. Who knows? So that's a top-down, worsted weight, stripy sweater that I think would be super fun to make.
I don't know if this is totally ribbing. It might be. I think it might be. This is called the Chantel Sweater V-neck. And it's by Morka Knit. But it's a sport weight. It's a 26-stitch gauge, so it's small, but don't let that scare you away because this sweater with the overall texture. It's a very shallow V-neck, which I think is really beautiful. It's shallow and it's a 1x1 rib. I just think that design feature on the sweater is really beautiful, as opposed to the deeper V that we just saw on the other sweater.
It's just so easy to wear. You don't have to have something underneath it.
It's
beautiful. It's cozy. And for me, I don't like having such an open neck that now I feel kind of chilly, right? Like a draft around my neck. So, but I could also knit those deeper V's and then a little scarfy thing.
Beth McDonald Stone,
Yes.
who is our dear friend. She is killing it
I
with the
love her
sweaters.
work.
I
I
swear,
love her
you
work.
guys, no one puts out more patterns than her. This is adorable. It's called the Diamond Lane Vest. It is a DK weight, a little bit of a capish kind of, because it's like essentially you're knitting like a square shape, right? It's that beautiful, easy to wear, but it gives you a tiny bit of a sleeve, and the color work around the waist is stunning.
It will be at Rhinebeck. That's where we met her the first time ever, was at Rhinebeck. And she's been working with Cake Wool. I believe Cake Wool. I'm pretty 99% sure. I hate getting stuff wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. She's releasing the cutest little sweater, and it's got a
Look at that.
silk scarf thing she's so cute. This is the Cowl version. So it's kind of all cable-y.
Just enlarge it like this on the Okay, so nice.
There's the Cowl version, but there's a little, like a top version that's this. And it's coming out at Cake Palooza. So I really want to get
This is another one.
it's got a hand-painted silk scarf that you thread through the top and then you tie it from Chelsea Yarns.
Oh, yes.
So that's coming out at Cake Palooza.
What yarn is it?
It's cake yarn. I think it's fingering and mohair. I think, don't quote
Well, can we
me.
knit it now?
No.
That's silly. I'd like to knit it now so I can wear it there.
It's the plan, I believe, is to release it at Cake Palooza. It's a celebration, right?
Oh, I love that. By Beth.
Yeah. So she's a collab. So it's like,
love that.
you know, when things launch at Rhinebeck or whatever, I think that's the way it goes. Anyway, I'm just babbling, but I do love
I feel
her
like
stuff.
we need to knit a sweater. Look at this.
I'm always
you
knitting a
guys.
sweater. Oh, here it is. Here it is. That's it. Short sleeved, kind of all over cable-y, and this little channel that you thread through a little scarf. And Christina of Chelsea Yarns is hand dyeing little scarves that will work with that pattern.
You guys.
I'm totally knitting this.
That is adorable. I just found another vest. It's worsted plus worsted. No, it can't be worsted, holding double. This is a 15 stitch gauge. Look at this. Chevron vest.
Love it.
That's adorable.
Okay, and this little thing, DK plus mohair.
Ooh. She's got so many patterns.
And
you
short
guys.
sleeve. Like, I love it. I love it.
Oh, a Winter's Walk cowl is the one that just came out this week.
Yeah, that's really
it's
pretty.
DK, and it's it's so cute. Look at that.
I'm actually waiting for this one to come out for Beth. See this one? She got this yarn when she went to Lamb and Kid on our
I want that color.
Alaska cruise.
I got to order that color and be ready for it.
Well,
Can you send that to me, please?
Done.
I'm ordering yarn today for that. I love it. Okay, you guys.
This has been great.
I do have a couple of things. Shop keep. We were out of the pink. The pink on the go.
Yes.
Actually, I think we were out of all of it.
Yes.
So we've restocked.
These are so popular. I'm so happy.
Our on the go. We've showed you guys, but we
This
love
is
it.
from Thread and Maple, and this is our custom Grocery Girls color, which we love so much. We love working with Olga and the team at Thread and Maple.
The embroidery scissors and the sheath, and then of course the tape measure.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to show you guys, this is a brand new book that came out that we have in our shop. This is, we've talked about Claudia before. She has a yarn shop, You Knits in Toronto.
I'm not sure what day that comes out. Pretty quick, right?
Now it's out.
It's out now?
The 28th. No, I thought it was out.
Okay, well, we'll double check.
It's in
all
our
of that.
shop to buy because by the time, it's right now. By the
Okay.
time I ship it, it's going to be released.
Okay.
The only thing, okay, so this is a finer gauge knit items. They're super beautiful, and I'll have pictures on my phone because when I was listing it, they're incredibly gorgeous
Oh yeah,
sweaters.
it's out. Published September 17th.
Yeah, I thought it was the 18th, but okay.
It's all about embellishing your special knit. So there's like beading and embroidery.
This
and
is add-on little gauzy flowers you make after and so on.
whether or not you want to embellish, like the patterns are just so beautiful.
The only thing I would say is I wish when people like you can't really tell what this sweater is on the cover when they use dark.
That's true.
It's
really striking, but it's hard to see details.
yeah, that's the only thing
and that's beaded. So that's a lot of work, right?
Look at this.
That stuff is usually much more impressive in person too, right?
right.
So it's really stunning once you work it up. That's really pretty.
You guys, I just like these. This is this is a
I
little
love
line
her
of beads put on
designs.
after.
How cool is that?
But like, look at this. How this is gauzy. This is like I think mohair held double, but then anyway.
You and I were saying we think this technique is a book,
Yes.
right? Like something different but simple and easy. I thought that would make a great book.
Like, look at this. Look at the collar and the sleeves. It's spectacular.
Yeah, truly.
This
It's beautiful.
book.
And I love the gold leaf front.
This is it.
Oh, yeah,
I actually
that's-
took this to bed with me, you guys. I really wanted to look at it, and it has a little thing written up about. It is so stunning, this book, you guys.
Jodi, that's
Congratulations,
beautiful.
Claudia.
Oh, that one's got a teardrop with a
this
tie
is what
at
I
the
thought
back.
you were talking about. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
So this is.
And Claudia's, they're donating to our breast cancer raffle prizes.
so generous.
Kits for this book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
those are on the way.
Okay, so let me tell you about this sweater. This is the one that stood out
I
for
love
me.
that one.
This is called Olympia, but look at just the beautiful, clean, straight,
So classic.
relaxed fit of this sweater. But let me just tell you, when it's finished, you guys, you use a satin ribbon that's slipped through the opening at the back, and it's a little bow tied, and there's a little bit of a keyhole, but you're not seeing it here, but a little bow at the back.
So you can put a beautiful like ribbon or whatever
Yes.
you want.
I'm actually picturing, I don't know if it would be easy to do, I'm actually picturing if you were able to shift where the opening is, because you could put the opening just kind of left or right of
sure.
center and have the bow right here.
Wouldn't that be pretty?
Yes. Anyway, this book, I'm telling you guys, is spectacular. Spectacular. It was so fun to look through. Oh, okay, wait. Look at this. So this is a sweater where these butterflies are embellished after.
Oh my God, that's pretty.
But I also want to show
What is
you.
that? Like stitching?
Yeah.
That is so stunning.
It's embroidered after. It looks like these increases here are really interesting, or maybe these are picked up stitches, but it is so beautiful. I want to show you the cuff. Wait for it. The cuff is added after. You add a ribbon underneath.
Oh, I love that. So that's lace.
So you add a little
knitting
lace
that, or that's
ribbon.
lace?
No, it's lace. After.
Wow.
Just a little detail on the cuff. Anyway, I got very, very excited because this book.
And these are that's the front cover.
But
That's
it's,
the
it's
and
hard
that's
to tell
Claudia.
because it's in navy, but look at it.
That's Claudia.
It's an overall lace pattern with a little bead in between, but look at the collar.
And here's the thing, like we were on the cruise and every night you go to dinner and it was, in the dining room. So it is casual, but it's not also appropriate to wear something a little bit dressier. And to me, I want to wear my knitting all the time. This kind of stuff, I love having like a dressy version of a hand knit to wear.
Just like a black pant and then something with like a little.
But even if this was like fuchsia or your
Yes.
favorite color, it doesn't have to be a neutral. It could still be smashing and like you.
I have to say,
I think that's gorgeous.
I did, about being able not to see it in its full glory because it's dark, but there is a certain classic elegance that navy brings.
Oh, I love navy.
So I can see why she chose navy.
Yeah,
Stunning.
completely. And it would also be stunning in like a dove gray.
You guys,
or
I loved this book.
cream,
Yeah.
or that's really.
I think it's
so
really
pretty.
I think it's really fun, this embellishment movement that people are doing. Like, we've seen a lot of it lately. She's put her own spin on it, and I think it's stunning. Beautiful book.
Just gorgeous.
Beautiful book.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So congratulations.
Yeah, love that.
Her children's book was out of this world gorgeous too. And that was a huge hit.
Spectacular.
Also, I'm going to put in my Instagram stories because I can't decide. I signed up to test-knit James Watts. Well, applied, not signed up, whatever. I'm thrilled.
I'm going to tell him not
thrilled.
I'm going to tell him not to choose you.
You should totally. So he's designed these socks in Frankie Gray Fibres,
Yes, he
Jodi's
has.
yarn with her daughter Jordan. And I was like, they're the cutest thing. I'm imagining them kind of like a higher than ankle and like with loafers for the fall, and it's like peeking out. So I'm going to put together some colors, and I might have that in my Instagram stories with a poll or something. But
I'm sending.
I can't wait to start these.
Love it. I'm sending out yarn today to 3 of my amazing sample knitters. So I've chosen 3 additional. I'm just going to get them to knit.
Send me what you pictures you or what combos you sent.
Okay.
And then I'll try and pick something different.
I am asking them just to do the smallest size, because you guys, there's lots of sizes in his patterns.
I know.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Like from toddler.
And
up.
here's the thing. They're toe up, which is not what I normally do. They've
Yes.
got a short row heel, which is not what I normally. So I'm really excited.
Yeah.
For all of that.
Yeah.
And his patterns are just so cool.
So
I can't wait.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to knit it in DK for myself. No, I'm going to knit a pair. I'm going to knit a little sample.
Why not? Well, you can make little tube
I just-
samples in whatever you
yeah.
want.
I think it's a slip stitch. It's mosaic, and
Yeah.
I think it's his color choices, like the toffee.
Super like vintage retro.
Yeah.
I love his color
Love it.
choices.
So though that's not out yet. So don't go looking for it.
But they're the pixel tweed socks. So get your, I'm just saying that this is what I'm going to cast on, and I'm so excited
We'll
about
have
it.
kits, so don't worry about it. Like, we'll make you little kits.
We'll let you know when it's out. You guys will know. You'll know. It's
Okay.
freaking freezing out
So
here.
Beetlejuice, the remake, we haven't seen it, but it's amazing. So we wanted to do our own twist
Jodi, that's so smart.
on the Beetlejuice movie. And so
I want to go see that.
we did 6 colors in 50-gram skeins. I love a 50-gram
Me
skein.
too. Me too.
We did it in DK. Did we do it in DK? Yes, DK and fingering.
Those colors are amazing.
I'm going to pull them out and just show you. Jordan, text me the photo that you used for your inspiration. So we didn't want it
I
like
can't get over
Halloween-y. So we picked this like indigo-y blue.
That's awesome.
Instead of like an in-your-face like purple, right? This came from one of the posters for the movie,
That's
poster. And then the Beetlejuice, black and white, right? And this one has, you can't really see it because it's subtle, but this is like a charcoal, and it's got all the colors of everything else. We chose this green because it's Beetlejuice, and it's always got those
so
green.
nice.
But I'm going to show you a couple photos. But this is what we ended up choosing, our palette.
It's
Beetlejuice.
gorgeous. Oh, it's so pretty. This
It's so much fun, you
wild
guys.
one is amazing.
So that's a kit in the shop right now. Are you knitting? Okay, so okay. So I'm going to show you the 2 images that we use for inspiration. So this was this inspiration for Jordan,
You can totally see that.
right?
I'm just going to hide in my cowl.
Oh my God. Which also pulls in these colors, right?
I think that combination is,
Isn't that good?
oh my gosh.
And then the actual poster for the movie,
Oh yeah.
right? Like we didn't want to do purple, so we thought that indigo would go really well. And then we really love this pink, because I think you always need a pop of color, right?
Yeah.
And then the green,
I love the darks and brights together.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
those
yeah.
are the colors we pulled from it. And then we thought these, so we have 3 tonals or semi-solids, and then we have the 3 speckle.
You can just do so many things with that. But some people love like Halloween, like blankets and shawls, and like Halloween's a big deal.
Halloween's a big deal, but also it doesn't scream Halloween,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Both.
No, I
It's
love.
kind of like a twist on Halloween-y,
I super love this palette. But now that you say Beetlejuice, of course it's Beetlejuice.
right?
I've been
That's
looking
fun.
at it going, what is that?
I know, it's so
It's
fun.
so pretty.
So we have these in the shop right now.
And yes, yay for 50 gram skeins. There's
Yay
a
for
lot
50
of
gram
yarn
skeins.
on 6 50-gram skeins.
You know what I've decided? I shouldn't cut my own hair.
Oh, who knew?
No,
Why not?
texturing scissors,
Yeah.
but like like here.
I actually think your hair's
there's
super
hair
cute.
right here that is about a centimeter.
Oh, well, maybe just go to hair school already.
Anyway,
At least so you know what you're doing.
Um,
Or watch a video or two.
that's so funny. So we had a really great dye week, you guys. We have, you know what we did yesterday? We're restocking all of our mini sets.
Ooh.
Like there's like 3 or 4, no, there's like 4 or 5. There's
I love
5
your
new
minis.
mini sets.
Really?
And we're doing it in fingering and DK on 20s and fingering and DK on 50s.
Ooh.
20s sometimes don't go far enough.
Well, it depends what you're going to do. Like if you're
Exactly.
doing sweaters, for sure get the 50s. Then you just don't have to worry about, I mean, you can do a lot with a mini set in 50s.
Yes.
Right?
Like this, you guys, is 3 skeins, 3 full skeins of
That's
yarn.
tons of yarn.
Tons of yarn.
Yeah.
I could have knit my vest.
I've been
More.
I bought some yarn. I got some things to show next
Do you?
time. Yes.
I'm gonna-
Tanis Fiber Arts just had a brand new yarn done by Longway Homestead, a sport weight yarn that
Did
they
she?
dyed.
Long
Go
way
check.
home.
I don't even know if we've got any left. I also, you guys, this is the big news. We're going to be in Frederick, Maryland in 2 weeks.
No.
Yes.
I am so excited for this.
Fall is just like, it feels like I don't know, just the best time of year. We're having so much fun. So we're going to be heading out to Frederick, Maryland the weekend of October 11th. We're going to have 2 workshops. I think you can squeak into 1 workshop, but I know most things are sold out, but you can definitely still get room in the Friday night knit night.
Come see us.
There's not a lot of space left, and
But we're going to be hanging around the shop. Come to Frederick.
yes, we're dying to go. We're gonna have 3 amazing days there, and also next Saturday is the start of our Knit for the Girls breast cancer fundraiser, which we've been doing for a few years now with Karina of Louie and Lola Yarns,
Yeah.
Olga of Thread and Maple. Starting next Saturday, we will have a week of raffles. So every day you're going to be able to see some prizes popping up on all of our Instagrams. Every donation of $5 will get you a entry into those raffles. And then every day someone will have a prize drawn. And at the very end of the week, there are grand prizes where anybody that donated all week, you're still in the draw for that. People have supported it so well. It has been an amazing fundraiser with all of the donations in the community. We've had such generous makers send us things so we can make these raffle prizes for you.
You should see Karina's prizes.
Yeah.
And
So you can go, so Karina's going to have her donations going to Breast Cancer Australia, Thread and Maple, and us. It goes here to Breast Cancer Canada for research. It's just, it's amazing. So please follow all of us.
Yeah.
Please
You must know-
share if you can, if you donate if you can.
It's such a terrible cancer that I'm sure everybody knows somebody if they haven't experienced themselves. So we are so honored to be a part of
Very
this
much.
fundraiser. Last year we smashed our total, and ultimately we tease and say we want to beat Australia, but we just think this is an
We're not
amazing
teasing.
cause.
We're not.
We're going to crush them again. It's on.
We're teasing, but we're not teasing. Listen, the big winner is breast cancer
cancer.
research. I just had this summer my mammogram and also this like ultrasoundy other screening for like dense breasts.
It shows more with an ultrasound,
you guys, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Get your scans, get your mammograms, make sure you stay checked. And this is a really personal thing. You know, Karina started this fundraiser with personal experience with breast cancer in their family, and I mean, gosh, this is just we're very honored to be part of that. So
This is a really fun.
thank you for your support.
We will do what we can on our end.
Yeah, we've got an amazing.
Oh,
At
tell
the-
tell them about the patterns and like you're gonna.
So at the end of the week, there's all these amazing raffle prizes, but there is also a kit available at the end of the week, which is also portion going to breast cancer when you support that. I'm not going to spoil anything, but every year it has something from Thread and Maple, something from Louie and Lola, amazing patterns. We'll be able to share more about it next time.
You guys.
But there's more pattern options than ever this year. There's a brand new stunning pattern from a favorite designer, and there's just all kinds of options. The yarn and the other thing and
the
You'll die.
yarn are amazing.
Anyway, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it. It's a very special thing to be a part of. It comes and goes really quickly. If you guys want to be, involved, we would love to have your support. So thank you very much. It's been wild.
That's it.
It's been wild.
You guys,
I'm going
we made it
to
through.
Vancouver Island next week for a little getaway. I'm
You're
so
gonna have
excited.
so much fun.
Yes, we are.
And then listen,
we're doing our Thanksgiving dinner this weekend with our family.
yes.
I'm
bringing
very
my
excited about
famous
that.
cauliflower
Jodi,
casserole. I said to Jordan, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be good.
Jodi texts anytime we're having a dinner and we're all bringing stuff. I'm going to bring my famous apple crumble. I'm going to bring my famous.
My apple crumble is really good.
It
I should
kind of
actually
is.
share it. We should do it. That should be the recipe for this Christmas.
Sure.
We like to include.
I actually had an idea about Christmas too, and I have
Okay.
to look into it. I think we could get the recipe.
Oh yes.
Wouldn't that be cute?
Yes.
I'm gonna look into that like right away.
Oh, you're so good.
So I just thought that would be fun.
Star and BJ, thank you for being with us today.
I know we talk a lot and we have so much stuff here. BJ's gonna be like, I'm so over this show notes thing. I
bullshit.
really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You'll find our show notes in Ravelry. Come see us on Instagram.
Down below our video when it's published, if anyone is looking, I'm just going to remind you, there is a link to our Ravelry store that will get you into where all the threads are, where there's chit chat, where the show notes will be for this specific episode. You'll also have a link to Grocery Girl's website. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter. And now, you guys, when you go to grocerygirlsknit.com, after about 5 or 7 seconds, do you want to sign up for our email pops up. Just X out of it if you've done it. But we've had people in the past not being able to find it.
No, I love it.
So
I
it's
love
like,
that.
it's in your face.
In your face, but easy to find. Yes. So honestly, we were on a roll with introducing ourselves. If you've never been here and you don't know who we are, that's okay. We didn't really introduce ourselves. But we're happy to have you here. So thank you to anybody that spent some time with us today. Much love to all of our cruise friends. And
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
we'll see you soon. And then that'll be just before we come down to Maryland and see all of the fun and games there. I can't even.
Okay.
Thanks, you guys. Mwah. Have a great week.